Welcome, travelers, to another exciting episode of Arcanarama. I'm Cameron Holt. I'll be your Dungeon Master for the evening. I'm joined as always by the reflective Arcana crew. Say hey, Arcana crew!
Hey!
Thank you. Before we begin, we have some announcements to get through. So first I'm going to throw it over to Taylor. Taylor, tell them about our sponsors.
Our sponsors are the same as they ever were. It's the Gilded Rogue is our first sponsor to talk about this evening. It's where we host our merch and where they host their own merch, which is fantastic. You can get leggings, dog collar, pillow, mug, shirt, other shirt.
Mug.
Yeah,
Ooh.
there's mug.
We should
Adventure
get
awaits. Yeah, it's not bad.
Is there a pillow?
There's pillow. I believe there's pillow. It's like a hex design, like kind of intertwined.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All great stuff. A good friend of ours runs it and allows us to have our garbage up there as well. And for every purchase you make, they plant a tree, and you get to read the story of the tree and why it's important to the area that it's planted in. It's a wonderful program. I forget the name of, but just go to the Gilded Rogue and buy
a forest of merch.
That's to say that you buy a bunch of stuff and there's a forest because of you.
Yeah. It is a tree per item.
Yes, per item, and you could probably be pen pals with that tree if you wanted to. Our other sponsor is More Fun Comics and Games, our local comic book shop.
I was there the other day.
Game Center. They
See anything cool?
I did.
Sorry.
They give us these. Well, it's like I always get shit for going long, and I'm really just trying to get through it.
That's how I used to feel when I had a segment.
More Fun Comics and
We don't
Games.
get segments.
They give us these to give to you if you're a follower and you don't currently live in Quebec. That's no one else's fault but your own. This one, you're gonna want to know what it is because it feels heavy and it's kind of jumping around in there.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's this Warforged Titan. Who knows?
Who knows?
He has
but you could win this when Cam tells you how to enter to win this. Again, follower and not living in Quebec. Our last sponsor is me. Frontier, we're actually going to do the other zero that we need to do a tech run. And then we're going to be getting into the production of it, I think. So keep your ears out for that.
I'm so excited.
Open
But-
your ear holes.
Don't put them away. Keep those ears on. But yeah, it's a sci-fi kind of basing it kind of on like westward expansion, America and sci-fi mixed sort of. But it should be fun and funny and exciting for me until someone else tells me it's exciting as well.
I'm thrilled.
I bought enough time for the graphic to go away. Back to you.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
As we announced last week, I will make the same announcement again, that our Patreon is coming soon. We've talked about it. We've put some things in order. We don't have a specific date yet, but soon. There's
Big.
so much cool shit that is going to be there for you for extra.
That's the best way to put it.
There's a lot of
There's a lot of stuff.
GPT be damned.
From getting, if I read to you guys what my actual announcement script is,
Yeah.
I'll do that in a second. But
Really?
first, Patreon.
Okay.
We've got tons of things that you can have access to, from having your name displayed on our stream, to having your name read aloud at the end of the stream, to an entire D&D podcast that no one has ever heard before, except I've heard it. And we've heard it because we were in it.
Yeah.
And Miranda's heard it because she was in it. But not until a little bit.
I don't know. I was drinking back then.
We played until like 5 in the morning
has
sometimes.
been
I don't
fun.
think I remember where I was.
We also ate pizza like in the middle of it a lot of times.
Yeah, so to give you an idea, I've been going through and editing the sessions into episodes, because we're trying to, podcast format, we're trying to keep things to like not maximum an hour and a half
Yeah.
of content. And I've edited 3 episodes together and I have not gotten to the end of session 1 yet.
Prepare thyself.
So, just so you know, we only ever stop recording for you guys.
Yeah.
You have things to do.
And my brain.
We
Sometimes
run
it
other
hurts.
shows on other Twitches in other countries. As soon as this one's over, we just switch languages.
We also have some updates that have been made to our website, arcanaramashow.com, as well as a new mid-roll coming soon, and I think pre- and post-rolls too,
Yeah.
which I'm excited about. I don't know if you guys will be excited about it, but it's very exciting for me because there's a lot of cool new stuff that's going to be in there, a lot of new music that's, some of it I don't think has ever been heard because it hasn't been released yet, that I composed. I composed it.
But I can pissed.
So look forward to that. We're still gathering and implementing your answers to our survey, which you can still get to, I think, by typing !survey in the chat. We treasure all of the input that you have given us and are implementing what we can and feel like we need to.
Yeah. I feel like we got through a lot of that checklist, apart from like someone said make like 20 more shows or something. But
Yeah, we're getting there. Speaking of, I do want to give a quick shout out to It's Kitty Holt, subscribed for 16 months.
I did.
Thanks, Kitty.
I like this show.
And also a big shout out to some followers that we got throughout the week. Jack Arts, if you're here, thank you for the follow. And Archon Pantos, or Archon Pontos, thank you so much for the follow. If you guys are around. If you're here, say what's up in chat. Everybody else in there is super nice and welcoming.
They're nice.
And
yeah,
they'll be nice to you, I promise.
get in that Discord.
Before I get to our actual final sponsor of the evening, it's me. I'll read you guys what I have written
Okay.
for this intro. Intro, and then it's bullet points. Welcome, travelers. I'm me, joined as always by the reflective Arcana crew. Say hey, Arcana crew.
Hey.
Announcements, Taylor sponsors, Patreon coming soon, updated website and mid-roll coming soon, gathering and implementing your survey answers. Fablefire dice giveaway, Sunset dice, because our second giveaway this evening. Sorry, Robbie.
Were you going through all the graphics? Just bam, 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 bam.
That would have been good.
Our second giveaway of the evening is this beautiful set of Fablefire dice, the Sunset dice. I even filmed them at sunset, and they're gorgeous. They're orange and yellow. You will be dice twins with
They're on
Kitay. Except I think your
Shake the
numbers
dice.
might be painted a different color, because I think yours are kind of like a whitish gold.
Yeah.
And with these ones, I went with like a pearlescent white.
What? No.
White gold.
Alright, go.
But yeah, they're lovely. They're beautiful. And they could be yours. Stay tuned till after the break to figure out how to win. Vibe check. It's time for a vibe check. Everybody, go ahead and roll a d20. You can roll along with us in the chat by typing
See
exclamation
if I can make this
vibe
thing.
check.
Thunk.
See
Yeah.
how your vibes are for the day.
My dice tray is literally right under
Yeah,
the
I don't know if
microphone.
that's the reason why we sonically moved the microphones so Kitty could put her dice tray right under.
And also so we can do this.
Yeah.
15. Plus my bonus of...
Yeah.
3.
Sorry, I heard myself swallowing a lot during the last VOD.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Ooh.
This is why I don't watch our show.
That's actually why we're gonna start a new segment called Cameron Eats Yogurt.
Oh no.
Yeah, I saw the graphic for that. Good job.
This week's flavor is rice
Did you think it was too sultry?
I
It was
thought-
a little.
I like fonts I can hear. You chose a good one.
Pudding on the Ritz.
Pudding.
How are your vibes? I can tell you because I see them. I see all. I got an 18,
Oh, sure.
so that's pretty cool, I guess.
Did you hear mine?
No.
It was 5.
Nice.
Mine was 3.
Ooh.
So Kitty and I are gonna die,
Lowe's-
even though we specifically asked not to.
Lowe's
What'd
goats.
Silas roll? Or
15.
what did Taylor roll?
15.
Nice. Let's see how the vibes are going in the chat. We got We Firm with a natural 1. Ooh, that's rough, buddy.
What was his little thing?
I don't fucking know, man. I can't scroll.
Read.
Hang on, I can.
You know we got a 1, but you can't scroll.
Yeah. I did. Talk to Robbie, dude.
It's a sad crying face.
Robbie, Arcanarama is great, and you've done nothing wrong.
Immediately followed by a 3 is better than 1 for Phoenix.
It just says We Firm rolled a 1 on their vibe check with a sad face.
So sad.
So sad.
Yeah, Phoenix rolled a 3. We've got Safari Fred with a 13, not bad. Sheer Terror with a 9. In Cosmos with a 7. Hellbell 666 with an 11. God Pigeon with a 2. Ooh.
Jeez.
Rowstone with an 8. Butterfly 425 and Hot with the 17. And 11-day-old Kobold not far behind with a 16. Hell yeah, you
Nice.
guys.
4 of those were above double digits.
Yeah.
So Butterfly wins.
Butterfly wins.
Butterfly wins.
the rules.
She won the-
Congratulations, Butterfly.
Congratulations on winning. You have the best vibes.
Carve that into your wall. Just 1 tally mark.
17!
Yeah, you can increase your vibe aura by using our new emotes in the chat. There's lots of them, and I'm sure you'll have opportunities for each and every one in tonight's session.
You're gonna say you can increase your volume on your stream right now.
With all of that out of the way,
You're
I think
allowed.
it's time to brave the mountain pass in tonight's episode of Arcanarama. Previously on Arcanarama, the Mistwalkers began the long trek towards Strandwick to rendezvous with Genevieve. Along the way, they were stopped by a band of masked merry bandits called the Sparkwood Collectors, who accepted a donation of 200 gold pieces from the party. They were allowed through the barricade, but due to some sort of sixth sense, Cholula looked back over her shoulder to see me, the leader of the Sparkwood Collectors, removing my face coverings to reveal a swift stride shifter with curly red hair, an uncommon sight aside from herself in Wynnefell. It was discovered after a brief conversation that I'm one of Cholula's long-lost brothers, Mayo Duvet. Caught off guard, but ultimately intrigued, I agreed to meet up with the rest of the Duvet family once they gathered from across the lands of Kavora. The Mistwalkers continued forward to the Spiral Wood to search for the missing Mirror of Geladorn in hopes of completing their debt to the Elven King in Mistanaur. After nearly 2 weeks of searching, they happened upon an ancient and forgotten elven city. Within a hidden tunnel beneath the city, the party came across a strange spherical chamber with nearly seamless reflective walls. Within the disorienting space, a section of mirror had been removed. Nearby, Silas and Alma discovered a mangled and busted dagger that was nearly identical in appearance to the sacrificial blade that they had found within the Fairfather's Cathedral in Chillrun. Having decided to pursue the stolen mirror in Chillrun, the party set out for Galen's Folly to sell their carriage and horses, but danger struck on the road as 2 shambling mounds of vines, thorns, and brush engulfed one of their horses. After a hard-fought battle and the loss of 1 horse, Silas used his cloak of wild shape to assume the form of a horse and get the party and their carriage to Galen's Folly. What awaits the Mistwalkers in the small town of Galen's Folly? What dangers will befall them in their trek across the Galen mountain range? In what condition will Chillrun be when they arrive? Find out right now on Arcanarama. We begin, as ever, right where we left off.
I'm a horse.
Indeed, as Cholula and Alma
Flip-flop.
are pulled out from the spiral wood by Silas in horse form, thanks to his cloak of wild shape, the twisting tree trunks fade to grassy plains briefly, before giving way to the unnatural wave-like knolls of the Hillock Sea. As you traverse the odd landscape towards Galen's Folly, can I have someone roll a d20, please?
I'm just hooves, man.
I have a question. How long does that last?
I think wild shape is 8 hours. Don't quote me, none of you are
Cloak, though,
druids.
right? Like, does the cloak dissolve?
It functions, it's a homebrew item, by the way. It functions like a druid's wild shape.
Okay.
Wild shape duration.
Like a level 1 or
6.
2 or whenever they get that. Okay, it's based on druid level. I'm just going to call it 8 hours.
8 hours.
Feels good.
Okay.
I'm an 8-hour horse.
Once per day.
Once per day.
Did someone roll a d20?
Yeah, it was a 6.
6? Beautiful.
Nope. Yes. 6. Did you run out of water already?
I mean, it's getting low.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I use my voice a lot today, you guys. When it inevitably cracks, just don't make fun of me too hard. Just use my emote in the chat.
Just when it does, scream.
Okay,
Like you scream.
Right through it.
Yeah.
I'll do my best.
Get out of here.
You travel for a couple of hours, several hours, I should say. And the landscape quickly becomes treacherous in the Hillock Sea. You have to kind of slow your travels a bit, taking detours in certain areas where the cobbled road has bent and cracked, becoming a mess of pummeled gravel and loose cobbled stones. At a certain point, your cart's wheel gets caught in one of the crevices and pulls to a halt. And try as you might, Silas the horse, you can't seem to get it unstuck.
I can't speak, right? I'm
You're a horse.
I'm pure
You are a
horse,
horse in
yeah.
clothes.
Unless, you're talking about how horses really speak with their eyes.
Yeah, okay. Silas's horse eyes look back at you guys like, fucking do something. I say very clearly in horse eyes.
I'll hop down and check it out.
All right. Cholula, you hop down. You see it's pretty jammed in there, and you can probably, between yourself, the horses, and maybe if Alma's willing to hop down and help you push, you might be able to push it to get it unstuck. Kind of like a lift push from behind, if that makes sense.
Alma, can you come help me with this?
Well, sure. I hop down.
All right. Can I have one of you make an athletics check with advantage?
I don't think either
It's
is gonna
fine.
be, I don't think either is gonna be
Okay.
great.
In character. Not it.
Cholula's been working out.
Yeah. Alma has it.
You said with advantage? Mm-hmm. Okay, so that makes this an 8.
An 8. As you push and push and push and push against the cart to get the wheel free, the area around you darkens for a moment. Just briefly. And then again. Cholula, being alert, you instantly, like, your ears kind of perk, and you look up to the sky and see 3 winged creatures passing overhead, occasionally blocking out the sun and casting shadows over you. The figures seem to get larger and larger as they approach, before swooping down towards all of you. I need you guys to roll initiative.
Oh, jeezums.
What's a horse's initiative bonus?
I believe they have +2.
How many rounds of combat will I have to spend getting out of?
I mean, you
The
should.
bridle.
Is there a way for you to
should
like
be able to
add the
find it.
wild-shaped spell and then like go to the list?
I mean, you should be able to add a horse as an extra in your D&D Beyond.
Just add it to my bag of holding. Get in there.
Hold on, I'll look up horse stats for you.
A horse.
Sorry.
Remember, it's a draft.
Actually, I already have horse stats
I didn't think
in
I'd
my
be
notes
fighting as horse.
because you guys have horses.
People are just saying nice horse.
I want to
Nice horse.
steal.
Nice to horse your acquaintance.
wow.
Bless you.
Bless
Gesundheit.
you. Would you like a tissue?
Yes, please.
I guess to buy time,
My eyes.
I'll describe the horse again for those who might not have been here last.
Hashtag Arcanarama for your fan art, everybody.
Silas
So
horse.
imagine Silas as a horse.
Does it have a little
That's
white
what it
like?
looks like.
No, I think I
need to-
described it as like there's a discoloration that kind of like
Right.
resembles the.
Do you like to think of it like
Facial hair.
buckskin? Where it's got like the darker mane and
Stop
then
it.
just like
I want to.
We have a room for sneezing.
we don't.
It's so big.
Take me to your sneeze room. I'm noticing that nobody in the chat is supposed to be a safari friend. Bless me. Thank you.
They're on a delay.
So you get to add a D4 to your
To my initiative.
Mine is like we just talked about this. I rolled a 7, which is what happens.
I
But it's 21.
think we decided you would need to be a draft horse, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because this
Not
is
some
a jar.
civilian horse.
So yeah, you keep
bottled
your
horse.
mental stats, but you take the physical stats of a horse. So if you want to make a note of this, your strength in horse form is +4. Your dex is +0, so you get no addition to
Whoa.
initiative. And your constitution is +1.
Why? It's a horse.
You have 19 hit points, and your armor class is 10.
Wow.
That's more hit points than I was expecting. For a horse.
You also have 1 hoof attack,
Ooh.
which is +6 to hit, reach 5 feet, 1 target, does 2d4 +4 bludgeoning damage. I will keep that up in case you need it.
Horse should get bite.
2d4 + 4?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let me get.
Now I feel like a horse.
Did we?
Sorry.
Do we need to? Do we need to unattach him to the cart?
Couldn't hurt.
I can't remember if we. Yeah, we would need to do that.
We yoked him.
I can't imagine I'm
Yo.
going to stay a horse for this whole fight.
But like,
just gonna
while
throw
you're
that
a
out
horse,
there.
don't you want to give it your best shot?
Oh, you want to give it your best
Your
horse
best
shot?
Don't you want to put your best hoof forward?
So this 19 HP is like my current HP, right? Or are we going full druid?
Consider it as temporary
Okay,
hit
cool.
points.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was like you are now a horse
No.
and you have the blood of a horse.
Well, technically, yeah.
You will bleed a horse.
You don't have enough blood as a guy to fill a horse.
So you would do like a
Imagine it-
tempe.
So if you were an animorph, right, and you turned into a mouse, would you be like the density and weight of a human and mouse?
No, in Animorphs, they fully become that animal.
Where does this
now.
extra
And if they
where does this
die-
extra energy and matter go?
All right.
Well, it's alien stuff.
Yeah.
Stay
I
tuned
don't-
for Frontier. It's all alien
I
stuff
read
up here,
a
baby.
lot of Animorphs
Silas
as a
is a
kid.
horse.
I fucking loved Animorphs.
I read like 2 of the books. They were fine. There was one with a crocodile.
Do you remember the show
Explained
though?
in Animorphs.
Did you
There was
watch
a
the
show?
It's not explained
Yeah.
in the
Show
chat,
Animorphs?
Hellbell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
and the
Animorphs
dude
show was
that
badass,
the
dude.
dude that played, I think Jake is the one who ended up being
Iceman in
Iceman in
X-Men.
the first
Yeah.
X-Men movie.
What?
He's in some
He's
TV
always had
show
a
right
cute
now.
head. He always
How
looked
do
like a
they-
Lego man. to
How
me.
did
in
they
some,
do
like,
with Tobias?
ABC
right?
propaganda
That's the
show
one that
that's
gets
always-
turned into a hawk.
On for some reason.
Propaganda.
Forever.
That's the first time I've heard I like it a lot.
Hey, I don't.
Well, I
I
mean,
love the term. Hate
Yeah,
the
yeah,
actual
that's
thing.
I like the term.
Yeah. It makes me sad because
I
I'm like, you
remember
could do better,
a polar
Nathan
bear.
Fillion.
At one point.
Yeah, I remember the cover of the book that had the polar bear.
Nick
Yeah.
Fields and I used to watch Blue
was a
Bloods
girl whose
because
mom
it's
was
the
a
worst show on the
vet.
planet.
Yeah,
Which is
blonde
how they
girl.
got to
And it's like,
It's so good. It's bad. It's so bad. It's good.
Beth? I feel like it started with
I don't know. I don't remember them getting far enough in the show for the polar bear to happen.
Talking about Lost.
Silas uses 0
No, we're
space to
talking
turn
about
into a
Animorphs.
Oh, Animorphs. Yeah, no, I don't think they got to that in the show. They got canceled after like one season.
Which
Well,
is some
no,
bullshit.
because a horse has more matter than
It's on.
Silas.
Right.
It's on
So,
YouTube.
Technically,
Oh,
where
really?
did he
Yeah.
get the extra matter? is the
Yeah.
question.
0 space.
Zero space. he
Apparently.
pulled it out.
Cameron said it's on YouTube. So we can all go home tonight and watch
Fairly
Animorphs.
certain
We have my hair to watch when we go home.
that that is the case. We'll just do this now. Seems like a good area.
Oh, sorry, Robbie.
Ooh.
We've got Cholula and Oma on the cart.
On the cat. I'm on a cat.
My mum's cart.
Get off me, cat.
Don't at me.
These damn bullets, man.
They're so. Hey, it's one of the few large creatures that I
Yeah.
have that is that shape.
What are these that we're being attacked by?
But there is a donate button if you'd like to buy Cameron more minis.
That's true. There is a donate button. It's in the about section. Initiative. Anybody 25 to 20.
21.
20.
Nice.
Taylor, why the long face?
Silas, what'd you get?
It's the horse.
I didn't start counting.
9. And then I pick up a phone.
All right. Cholula, you're up first. You see these massive dragon-like creatures that have these outstretched wings and 2 back legs with claws and these wicked-looking tails that appear to have these little like kind of barbed ends to them,
Okay.
bearing down on you.
But they don't look like dragons, like that could turn into a humanoid creature and talk to you dragons?
Make a nature check.
Okay.
That's
I'll say if you roll a 15 or higher, you know what these creatures are.
Okay. With a nature, that's a 16.
16, nice. Yeah, you would be aware that these are wyverns, or as some would say, wyverns. I won't be saying that.
Okay.
wow.
Can you give me a snippet so that I may know what that means?
Yeah, so wyverns are, they are dragon-like creatures. They're technically dragonoids. But instead of, like dragons have 4 legs, they have like arms, legs, and wings. Wyverns just have wings and back legs.
Okay.
They're not as, they're as big as some dragons, but they're not as like beefy, I'd say you'd be aware. And they're also not as intelligent.
Are the not
Yeah,
school?
they're more like an animal.
Yeah,
those
so I
wyverns or
couldn't be
those
like,
jabberwocks?
wait.
Yeah, you
I don't
could be
actually
like,
know.
Cool.
Let's talk this out.
Okay.
Sorry.
And then if in that case, then I will shoot one with an arrow.
Hell yeah, go for it. Yeah, the amount of times a film or franchise is like dragon and it's actually a wyvern.
Yeah.
We're not like in the cart. 'Cause we
Oh right, you were pushing the cart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys are actually back here behind it.
I'm a polar bear.
Okay.
Yeah, so you've got one that's like bearing down on you and is in your space. Also, based on everyone else's passive perceptions, this is going to be a surprise round, which doesn't affect Cholula, and may not affect Silas. We'll see what you choose to do. So yeah, Cholula, you are still up first.
Okay. Yeah, the one that's closest, I'm gonna fire an arrow.
Hell yeah, go for it.
Let's use it something else. Those are not.
Cheese and crackers.
Those are not being great.
Ah, biscuits.
That is a 26.
26 absolutely hits.
Nice.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay.
Your damage.
Roll for steel!
Come get it! Come get steel, lads!
Taste steel, boy.
Meet at the gates if you want steel!
Man,
I want to play that game.
very good. That's gonna be 7.
7 points of damage.
Yeah, I should have booshed before I started. Yeah, I didn't think about it till I already like rolled to hit, and I felt like that would be unfair.
Should have boosted.
Should have booshed. And then I'm gonna yeah, I'll be cool. Right here.
Are you asking?
Yeah.
You can respond as a free action.
I'm so sorry. What was the question?
Are you gonna be cool, like right here?
Right here? Right here, sure. Feels good.
Shadows.
It's just like screeching noises.
All good.
Like the only one of us who's not strong and doesn't wear armor, just like.
All right. I'm gonna bonus action to shift, and I'll stay here for now.
Okay. Ending Cholula's turn brings us to past Alma because you are surprised.
Surprise round.
That's going to be the wyverns. This first boy who's already here is going to go ahead and make its multi-attack against Alma. That's going to be... It is flying, so it's going to do a claw attack first. Natural 2 probably isn't going to hit you.
No.
And it like reaches out with its claws and tries to like grab you, and you quickly duck out of the way, still like surprised and wondering. It should have an advantage because you are surprised.
Yep. Also a 2, right?
16.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay.
I can't use reactions when I'm surprised, right?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Ow! This is the same day as we fought the
I have a rage marked, so I think so.
Mechanically, is he within 5 feet of us, or is he?
Yes. You take 17 points of piercing damage from the claw.
Ow.
And then the stinger whips around and is going to also make an attack on you.
Yeah, can I?
Another
use my
natural 2.
Sentinel reaction to
Think about what you've done.
hit him
Absolutely.
for hitting her. Okay.
The stinger sticks into the back of the cart, and when it pulls out, you see there's like this thick, viscous like string that connects to it for a moment. And as it like pulls away and snaps off, you see this like dark purple goo that was seemingly ejected from the stinger as it impacted your cart.
Just like.
Ooh. 23.
23 hits.
Hit him. How dare.
Does this make for sneak?
Yes,
Since
because
we're
Alma
both
is also within range, yeah.
Alma is also here.
Alma is also here.
Uh, 23
Ooh,
points of damage on that one.
nice. Not bad at all.
Rude.
It lets out another one of those weird, like, clicky snarls as you slash at it, and it's just like, it's like pulling itself back away a little bit now. That's that one's turn. This one. Come on.
Don't break.
Here we go. Is going to fly down. I think canonically, this horse is Silas.
Yeah.
It's just gonna actually fly down. I'm gonna put it on the ground, but it's hovering. And it's gonna make its multi-attack on horse,
Horse.
horseless,
Horseless.
Psyhorse. That's a natural 1 for its claw. And then it whips around with the tail. 17 to hit.
Yeah.
All
My
right.
AC is 10. Because I'm a horse.
Because you're a horse.
You take 11 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. Your Constitution as a horse
It's a plus 1.
is +1.
That's 6.
That
We're going
fades.
by that. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Cameron's going to kill another horse.
Really, he's going to unearth a man from a horse.
Oh, yeah.
Can we add an emote of a horse in trouble?
Cameron beating a dead horse.
That's 21 points of damage. So
Anti-horse.
you are no longer a horse,
And I take 2
and you take 2 points of damage.
human damage.
Human.
Man damage.
Yes, that is the wyvern's turn. That brings us to the third wyvern, which is going to fly down and attack the other horse.
Thanks for tuning in.
Hey, this just in. Things that live in the wild gotta hunt and eat. And horses are easy pickings. Natural 1 for the claws.
These are all advantage, man.
Did he see the other horse turn into
Oh shit,
a
you're
guy?
right. They are advantage. And that's, well, yeah, that probably hits.
Oh, I just didn't know if they're like horses are easy, and then one horse just turned into a guy. But
I don't know if their intelligence score is very much
I
like.
guess not. Wait a minute.
Hold on a second. I'm suddenly not as hungry as I thought.
The 15 does hit. Thank you for reminding me. They have advantage because it's a
Yeah.
surprise round.
I thought you rolled that for 9 when you got a 1.
That's 11 points of damage. And then it's going to make an attack with advantage with its stinger. Natural 15 is definitely going to hit. That'll be these again. that horse goes down and does not revert into a man. Sadly.
That would have been wild. If that horse died and just became a guy, he would have scampered away.
No, stay tuned to Order of Heralds for that.
Where am I?
Yeah, and on that, I'm going to say this wyvern swoops down and just slashes and stings this horse, grabs it with its 2 bat claws and begins lifting. I'm gonna actually have one of you. I don't know that it's necessary to use our fancy box for this, but I want to because it's here. I like it. Whoever would like to can just roll me a base luck check. You want an 11 or higher.
You can reach.
I can reach.
Yeah. You're the best.
Would you
at
prefer I
reaching.
hold or sit down?
No, we're good.
16.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, and thank you.
I think I found a name for that box.
What is it?
The Glue Factory. Because it kills all the horses.
So
I hate it.
the wyvern grabs onto the horse's corpse with its claws and lifts, but luckily the leather straps on that side were already a little bit messed up from the fight with the shambling mounds. So instead of lifting your entire cart away, the horse's straps break and it is rent free. Silas, you are now a man
That's a guy.
standing here.
Certified guy.
Actually, do I have a stand-in for a cart? I can make a stand-in.
Oh, this
for a
is why
cart.
you were looking for carts.
Maybe.
You were gonna make me get you the birthday gift of taking our cart away.
Oh, when we went to More Fun, Kitty, you asked if I got anything cool. I did. I thought about getting a mini, but instead we got Teens in Space,
Teens in space.
which
We're
is
gonna make you a short
tabletop
list
game.
of like stuff
Thrilled
you
about.
need for the show. Carts, like basic shit.
Yeah.
For sure. I should just be printing that stuff, but I do other things instead.
Yeah. It's a bit cold for printing too.
So this one grabs a horse, and it used 5, 10, 15, 20 feet to fly down to there. That math took me way too long. It then flies 20 feet back up and continues fully 60 feet into the air, using its 80 feet of movement.
Nice.
20, 30, 40, 45, 50. We'll call that good for now. Well, actually, you know what? We've got this guy, so I don't need these. Well, no, I do, because it was added. Right? Hang on. Let me do some counting. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. That's what we're looking at.
Flippy.
Whoop. Thank you.
Whoop. Are you okay?
I'm doing great. Oh, come on.
Clip it. Clip it. Clip it. Clip them.
Ta-da! It is flying away carrying a horse.
It's like the hibachi drum
Silas,
of D&D.
the one on you is like very confused that this large pile of meat it was about to have is now a lesser pile of meat as a man. It doesn't seem to understand.
Oh,
that
thank you.
that ends the wyvern's turns and brings us to maybe Silas as a barbarian.
I'm
As we
about
talked
to rage. I'm about to like rage this thing off my head.
Hell yeah.
Good.
So yeah, with your bonus action, you rage and you are no longer surprised.
Rage. And then I'm going to kill it.
You can absolutely try to do that.
Yeah. How? I'm asking here. Like, am I laying down? Am I still tangled in these things? What do I need to do?
No,
to
you.
get-
So you like. I imagine it like slashed across you in like horse stance, and you've kind of like reverted like back towards your legs. So you're probably like hunched, but you're not prone
Okay.
or like on all fours.
So
or
no
anything.
movement to get in or out of this thing. The situation. Am I like
The
entangled in? Yeah.
You're not
Probably
like
not.
you're not grappled or anything now.
He means all the setup of a.
Oh
attacking-
yeah, no. The bridles and things just fall around you.
Yeah, they're massive.
Yeah.
Luckily there wasn't a saddle on you. That would have changed things.
Oh hey, we're being raided.
Hey, what's up?
Oh,
Hello.
Welcome. We're being attacked by wyverns, and these bullets are also wyverns.
he killed a horse.
You killed a horse again.
I can't be stopped. This is for you, Miranda.
Only inside jokes from here on out. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna like realize like I'm not in the yokes anymore, and I'm just gonna a weapon, and I'm going to strike it with
Hands!
the war pick. Yeah,
Hell yeah, go for it. Make your attack.
forgot about hands. That's a 27.
27 hits for sure.
Woo.
If you say so.
I do.
That is 13 points of damage to start.
Nice.
Oh, is it worth mentioning while we're doing math that we do 2 giveaways on this channel every week? We haven't done either of them just yet. Our first giveaway is a set of More Fun Comics and Game Minis, donated to us by our sponsor, More Fun Comics and Games.
Yeah, and our second giveaway of the evening is a lovely set of Fable Fire dice from me. I make them by hand. Not the specific set, but they look like this. There's a jumbo and a regular sized D20 and a full set. This one is very pretty. It could be yours. Stay tuned till our break to find out how to win. You just got to be a follower of us here on the channel. So click the heart if you haven't already to be able to win some cool free shit. And if you don't believe us, ask the chat. Most of them have won things.
So yeah, sorry to cut that short. I realized that we hadn't said it.
No worries. First attack hits, did 13 points of damage. What else would you like to do?
Yeah, the second attack, I'm gonna like swing with the war pick, and then on that follow through, I'm gonna extend my arm to kind of chop it, but I'm gonna kind of flavor that as the tail of my beast form.
Hell yeah!
It'll
And
just
since
be
you're
like that mist.
yeah,
that's
since you're
pouring off of me.
raging, it's just like Silas becomes a being of mist, basically, that is just like swooping around. Probably a little unsettling to see that still.
I want to make the joke that I made last week, but there's new people and I can't. 17.
17 hits. Unsurprisingly, these are large targets, not hard. They're hard to miss.
And harder to love.
That is also a 13.
I could love a wyvern. 13 points of damage.
If I made
I
it
have
right.
added rage. I've been bad about adding rage.
Nice, not bad at all. Does that end your turn, Silas, or do you want to do some monk shit or stay put move?
I've used bonus, and that's both attacks.
Right.
Yeah, I'm good.
Perfect. Ending Silas's turn brings us back to the top of the round. Surprise round is now over. Cholula.
All right. Okay. Fuck. Let's kill them all.
I'd like to see you try.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna continue firing at the one that is closest to Alma and I.
Hell yeah, go for it. Also, for those of you watching who may not be aware, we are at level 14 currently.
That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 hits.
Okay.
Hell yeah, dog.
You got
And
your 20 all dirty.
I'd like to apply the sneak.
Yeah, for sure. Because Alma's threatening it.
I'm threatening. Still me, just going,
Ooh.
it's good.
This is fine.
Slowly hiding underneath.
I'm like
the wagon.
bleeding still from the last fight.
36 points of damage. on that one.
Nice. Ooh.
And then I would like to use my bonus action to call out the dancing sword.
Hell yeah. Which immediately flies into action, whistling through the air out of its own sheath behind you. And you can go ahead and make an attack for the dancing sword.
Okay. Dancing sword. That is 16.
Sword. 16 hits.
Who's that sword? There's 9 points of damage.
Nice.
And then I'm behind the cart, so I'm just gonna kind of shout out to ask, Silas, you all right?
You can respond as a free action if you'd
You're
like.
not a horse.
Well, I'm not a horse anymore. Like, just swinging, fighting.
He's fine.
He sounds fine.
Hell yeah. Does that end your turn, Cholula? You staying put?
Yeah.
All right, that's going to bring us to Alma.
Yeah.
Can I retcon that? I should have said nay.
If I get like to where my back is up against this big rock,
This one?
yeah. Can I see both of the wyverns?
Yeah, you will take an attack of opportunity from one, though.
Worth it.
Okay, let me just see how far that is so we know.
Risk it for the biscuit.
Okay.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of. It's 25 feet to here.
Okay.
And yeah, you've got eyes on both wyverns. One of them that you ran away from is going to bite you, or try to.
Cool.
Natural 19 is probably going to hit.
Yeah.
That's a 26 total if you wanted to shield or anything. I don't know if you
Well,
can.
the good news is my shield does give me a plus 20 to my armor class. So at 34, you're not going to get me.
Can I use my...
It's a 26.
I know. 34.
Okay.
If I had a plus 20 shields is the joke.
Gotcha.
You were doing math.
Yeah, I'm still doing math.
Can I...
13 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Sentinel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get him.
Please.
I'll try.
Okay. I'm gonna burn 7. A natural
Y'all
20.
out here critting?
Are you critting me?
Don't tell me about. That's a natural fucking 20.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Fuck
Fucking hell yeah, bro.
Good.
Fuck yeah, dude. Okay.
Dude.
So then
Oh,
what
yeah.
do I do?
So then you would get sneak attack on this because Alma was within range.
Even though it's an opportunity attack.
Yeah.
Oh dang.
But I already used my sneak attack on my last turn.
Ah, right. Well,
Right.
yes.
I don't know how
Yes,
that
which was the
works.
last round. So
Yeah.
is it per round or is it per attack? Or
Per
per
turn.
turn?
It's
Yeah.
per turn. This is her reaction.
Yeah, I'll say no sneak attack on this one.
Okay.
Just because you just used it.
Okay.
But still a crit, so roll the die, double the die, add your modifiers.
Okay, please be good. I was being so careful. I missed my
Your hand
tray.
just turned into a sloth's paw. You just-
Okay, so that gives me 15 total.
15 damage, nice.
Yeah, not bad.
Oof, that one's starting to look a little rough.
Looks like a piece of shit to me.
That's Chula's reaction.
Yeah.
Alma, you've made it to the rock.
Yeah, so I burned 7 sorcery points to twin spell, a 7th level guiding bolt.
Woo!
'Cause I don't have the resources for this to go on for a long time.
Hell yeah.
Do I roll for both of those?
Yeah, make 2 attack
Okay.
rolls.
I'm gonna call the first one against this one that's already looking kind of.
Yeah, go for it.
Hello, I'm
That
sorry.
looks pretty, yeah,
Hey.
pretty stable.
28.
28 hits for sure.
Good. I'm going to roll the other one if that's all right.
Yeah, go for it.
24.
Yeah.
I'm not used to hitting both the things I aim for.
Wow.
Okay.
Those dice. Do you
Do you
want?
want me to-
Do you want to roll these twice, or do you want to just roll the damage once and use that
I think
for
if we
both?
all want to see this battle end, we should just roll it once.
Go for it.
Ooh.
It's a lot of 6s over there.
Yeah.
18, 24, 30, 35, 36, 40, 44, 46 points of damage.
You're nasty.
Holy shit. What is it? So first off, what does it look like as you obliterate this one with a guiding bolt?
I just kind of, I like back myself up against this rock And I just kind of hold out my star-shaped reliquary in like a panic almost, and it just kind of glows from within and like rattles on a chain, and just from 2 little like where it would be like normally incense flowing out, it's just beams of radiant light.
Hell yeah. I like to imagine that it like you hold it out and are like channeling your magic into it, and as it does, it's like moving itself to line up perfectly 2 of the points of the star.
Like a leveler.
Yeah, and then just like beams of bright light. This wyvern gets entirely incinerated. The other one, there's a blast through its like haunch, and just takes out a chunk of meat. And it lets out another one of those sickening clickety-clackety sounds.
Is he still holding on to the horse?
Huh?
Is he still holding on to the horse?
Oh, you went for these 2.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't really care
This one's-
about the one that doesn't
Yeah,
care
this
about
one
us.
does still have the horse and is leaving.
But the horse is dead.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he can go.
Very much a dead horse,
So these 2 were just fighting for appetizers, and that one just took the entree and bounced.
basically.
Yeah. One of them had their priorities straight.
So is that your turn? Is it a bonus action to use sorcery points?
No.
Okay,
It's part of the action you use them on.
gotcha. Is there anything else that you'd like to do?
It's a bonus action to drink a potion, right?
For us, yes.
Gorgeous. I'm gonna do that
Go for it.
because I'm not looking great. I mean, I'm looking great. But
But near death.
what does a potion of healing do?
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2. I want to use my fancy boys.
Ooh, the pointy boys. And you could have your very own fancy pointy d4 just like these. If you stay tuned until the break.
Nothing spices up a battle like a...
Like a quick ad break. Whopper, whopper,
Ah, you're getting
whopper.
bored out there, I see.
Okay. Well, it still look a little rough.
But not as rough as you would have having not drank that potion. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. Dancing Sword is still out and about. And ending Alma's turn, that brings us to the wyverns. This remaining wyvern sees the other one flying off with a horse and has a hole in its ass and doesn't
We all do.
doesn't like it here. It's gonna try and book it away from Silas. You get an attack of opportunity.
You know.
The milkman cometh. You remember the milkman? It was the milkman last week. Because it looked like a milk.
Does you look like your milk?
Yeah. Remember because
vaguely
we came up
remember
with
this.
this whole thing where what if there's just a bunch of like old country dudes watching people play D&D?
Oh, right.
Get him, milkman! Because I'm made out of smoke, right?
Right. Which resembles milk.
Which resembles milk. We're all here,
Right.
right? You get to do ad breaks. I get to explain jokes. Okay.
I forgot about the group of
forgot about
Southerners
that
Too.
following.
They're here. They're
Yeah.
peering over one of these like wave-like hills.
I'm
Hell yeah, get them!
yeah. I'm gonna try to hit him with
After
my
wars,
like
people used to-
with like my mist like tendril.
Not every
Hell
day
yeah,
you
go
see
for
a
it.
wyvern with 2 assholes.
That one doesn't seem that impressed, if I'm being honest.
He's tired. They've been following us through like what? This is our second fight today
Yeah.
just because we're outside.
Y'all remember when they fought them bushes? That was crazy. That was wild.
23.
23 hits.
This is how we fill math time now.
That's
Y'all like high fantasy?
that's 21.
Dang.
Rage, baby.
I'm a rage baby.
Get him, milkman.
That one.
I can't remember other people's. It was like cat lady, milkman, and weird girl or something.
I have to go back and watch it.
Sad girl.
All right.
I look better now.
See, it's not as funny when we do it. The chat should be doing like all these.
Come on, chat.
All these like, get him, milkman.
Put on your NASCAR pants and let's go.
60.
Not that there's anything wrong with anyone who likes
70.
stock car racing. We have a
80.
very diverse group of fans.
You just have to wear a certain kind.
We're watching
Pants.
2 screens. They have Arcanarama on this screen and stock car racing on the other.
In sheer panic, or sheer terror, should I say?
He's a viewer.
They're
They're
a
a
viewer.
viewer.
They're a view.
I don't know their gender.
All right. Taking that hit and just in sheer panic, this wyvern uses its full movement
You've
to
changed.
fly straight up and away from you, 80 feet up into the air, and then is going to use its action to dash and go 80 feet away. This one is doing the same, full movement and actions, and this was fun to build, but there's no point in using these because I don't think you guys can keep up with 2 flying creatures with 80 feet of
I
speed.
was gonna ask, what do my jump do?
Not that.
80 feet?
Give me a couple more levels in Monk. We'll talk.
That's just flying.
I'm gonna run around to everybody and see how they're doing.
Absolutely. Checking in on everybody. How's everybody doing?
It could have been a horse, but I guess we had to hit a bump, and I'm not a horse anymore. I was just kind of getting used to it, if I can say that out loud.
Speaking of, your cart is no longer stuck. It seems when the horse was rent from it in the front and carried off, it pulled the wheel free.
That's cool.
But we're all out of horses.
Horseless.
Correct.
How far are we from Galen's Folly now?
If you'd like to check your map, you can make a survival check.
Can I see a map?
I gladly hand it over. I'm like lighting candles and starting a prayer of healing spell.
Nice.
Do you need help with anything?
Yeah, if you could just set all of these candles up in a big circle around all of us real fast.
Okay.
Just
it.
lighting and handing.
15 on survival check.
15, you say? Mm-hmm. All right. With the help of the map, you can make that with advantage with the map. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I was distracted.
Oh.
23.
23, not bad at all. Yeah, you get the sense that you're about a day's travel out. Like you'll probably get there, not even a full day, probably before nightfall, on foot.
I mean, I could pull it. I don't think it would be fun.
Okay. Everybody
Maybe
gets
we can
24
just-
hit points back.
What are our surroundings like currently?
It's strange and surreal. Like it is earth with grass and exposed rock, but it is in the shape as if you were standing on a frozen sea of waves.
Oh.
I think you guys looked into this not too long ago,
Yeah.
and I could be mixing things up, but I'll go ahead and tell you that this is due to there are a ton of legends about the Hillock Sea and why it is the way it is, but the concrete fact is at some point in the past there was some sort of like wild magic surge that caused the land to behave like ocean for a period of time, and eventually it just re-solidified.
Okay.
I think when we were leaving Chillrun, someone was briefing us on it.
Yeah.
Are there any like caves or
Yeah, there are overhangs.
like wooded areas?
Yeah, there are overhangs and trees. There's like what were once towns or buildings that seem to have just like there are foundations that are kind of like on these strange bends of the landscape, and just like detritus scattered around them from where the buildings themselves were just battered by the movement and fell apart.
Okay.
But yeah, there's stuff around.
Second question.
Mm-hmm.
How much can you fit into a bag of holding?
You can fit 500 pounds worth of materials into a bag of holding.
How much do you think this cart weighs?
It has to fit through the mouth of the bag.
Ah,
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to take some time and fully deconstruct your cart into planks, put them in one by one, you could do that, but you'll have to also rebuild the cart when you take
I'm
it
gonna
out.
pay somebody to rebuild the cart. Here. Whatever money's in there, take it.
I suppose we could find,
to answer your question, about 300 pounds.
Okay. We could find, somewhere to tuck it away nearby, and if we mark it on our map, then maybe we could come back later for it if we want to.
It can't hurt. What do we have in there?
It's just kitchen stuff from the tavern, but the cart itself is still useful if we had horses. We could just leave it here for now, and then if we come back and go through Galen's Folly and decide to go through Strandwick or back to the woods, we can...
And whatever you could take off the cart would make it easier, and I could probably pull that a lot easier.
But that's like a day.
It wouldn't be going the whole time. I imagine we would stop, please, for breaks. You two sleep in the back. I'll pull the
I'm
cart.
just throwing it out there.
That estimate was by foot. It would take you until nightfall to get to Galen's Folly if you go on foot from here. If you were to take the cart, which arguably would be slower being pulled by one horse, and you'd be making some athletics checks to avoid exhaustion, but that would be a matter of hours versus just traveling on foot.
So what if he does horse and we both push and we all kind of...
Then you'd all be making athletics checks to avoid exhaustion,
Yeah, it would
but you'd be
really,
doing so
help
with advantage.
his-
I mean, how badly do you want your kitchen equipment? I don't think I have much back there myself.
I mean, I think that if I was gonna open up a new place, I'd probably get new equipment. I was just clearing out the space for Volo.
We could always just put a lovely sign on it and say, free to a good person with horses.
And maybe another sign that says, don't keep your horses around here because they're wyverns.
Did they have horses in Mayo's crew, MD? Sorry.
They did.
If you wanted to, you could message my brother and tell him we lost our horses and they can take the cart if they want it. They might be able to sell some of the kitchen equipment,
I could.
instead of robbing.
So we would keep going and they would come pick up the cart?
If they want it.
I will reach out to Mayo.
All right, let me get my handy dandy counter, just in case we still have some.
I'm about to be just straight up out of spell slots. I've never used this many.
Just in case we do still have some new viewers with us, we do have a special kind of homebrew rule for sending, where instead of 25 words from the sender and then 25 words from the response, it's a pool of 50 words that can be used to converse back and forth. You may begin.
Right. MD. Where are we going? Chillrun.
I won't count this.
Lost our horses on the way to Chillrun. Cart and supplies in the Hillock Sea. Yours if you want them. Cholula's friend.
Got a more precise location than just the Hillock Sea? That's a lot of land.
And I beam my location into his head.
You're squinting. You could maybe go by landmarks, if that's the part of the conversation you're in.
Is there a good landmark?
Make a survival check with advantage using your map, and we'll use this to determine how accurate of instructions you can give.
With advantage?
Yeah.
22.
Nice. Yeah, you. There are some very specific, like looking around. You're in the ruins of a town. There aren't a lot of these.
Oh.
You give that description.
I say town ruins. So I already told him Hillock Sea.
Yeah. There's a brief pause. I know the spot. Thanks for your continued donations. You got one word left if you want to use it.
Love you.
Love.
Love.
Since we're in a ruined town, are there any, like, somewhat standing structures still?
Make an investigation check.
Okay.
Are there any like unearthed basements to some of these buildings? Upturned.
We shall see.
13.
You said invest.
Ooh.
There's a bunch of
14.
like uppy hills.
Yeah. Yeah, it's strange. Like where the waves would normally break, and there would be that kind of like frothy white water. You see that's kind of like weathered away, but there are just like clumps of dirt and rocks on the other side that you can see were kind of that shape that are now just kind of like resting on the ground.
Okay. Can I try and like get up to the tippy top of one of these things so I can maybe get like a vantage point?
Yeah, you can make a perception check with advantage.
What we're headed to.
13 and 14.
22.
22, nice. You see that the remains of these buildings were pilfered long ago, picked pretty clean. There aren't even a lot of like belongings left. You get the sense that whenever this started happening, there must have been not necessarily like forewarning, but it wasn't as intense at the beginning, and people probably had time to like gather up their things and move away. You don't even find like family portraits or like a lot of things that would be left behind in a situation like this.
I'm looking more for, like, shelter for us to take a nap in.
Yeah. You don't find anything that looks... Like, the most complete building is almost fully sideways. And there's, like, a wall stretching out, but the structure of it doesn't look incredibly sound to you.
Okay.
Alma, in the distance, you see a small stream. Did you roll over 20?
22.
22. You see a small stream of this kind of like grayish violet smoke rising from behind one of the hilltops.
Is it close?
Seems to be within like a half mile. Maybe 30-minute walk.
Guys?
Yeah.
Somebody is living out here.
Oh.
Or at least staying out here. There's smoke in the distance.
Should we try and stay clear?
And how's everybody doing after the last bits there?
I'm fine.
I'm a bit
We'll see.
wiped from... I don't really mist myself that often.
You do also see that it seems to be in the direction of Galen's Folly.
It's on the way.
Yeah, I mean, we can stop in. I'm just checking on you two for rest.
I wouldn't mind resting. I mean, I feel like it's been a big day.
I could use it.
Yeah, let's find a place to rest, and we'll keep an eye on it. See if smoke increases or
Maybe they
goes
would.
out for the evening.
Maybe they'd let us stay there for a spell.
Maybe they're not friendly, and we're out of rest again.
Maybe.
More or less thinking of you magic users.
I could contend with like a person a little bit.
What kind of smoke did you say it was?
When you say purple gray, do you mean like purple gray? Or do you mean like, it looks like smoke coming out of a house?
It was hard to tell from that distance.
Purpley gray.
That's up to you. It always is.
I think it's worth a shot. That close to Galen's Folly, I can't imagine it's somebody out of their mind.
No, it can't be. I pick up the rest of my things. It could be someone who's not allowed to go back to Galen's Folly and just start walking.
It's been a while since we've had one of those. He didn't rant when he was a horse.
That you heard.
We preferred it that way.
I could jog.
Horse
by the way.
silence is just every step.
Everybody make your best horse sounds.
You gather up your
I'll
things.
peek the mics.
You gather up
Not
your
good.
things and head towards the smoke.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Continuing
He's
forward.
not laughing maniacally.
Yeah.
He did say wonderful.
Wonderful.
I hate
Continuing
when he
forward.
likes it.
You see that the smoke isn't rising from behind the hill. It's rising from the hill itself. There's a small stone chimney at the top. Just like a couple of stones in a circular formation that the smoke is pouring out of. And on the side of the hill, there's a small circular door painted green with a brownish yellow trim. No windows.
Somebody more charming should probably knock on the door.
How
Don't look.
pitiful do I look right now? I'll go knock on the door.
Alma, you step forward and you knock on the door. There's a brief pause before you hear what sounds like some sort of ceramic bowl or plate or something being set aside. Then 3 locks being undone, and the door slowly opens, cracks, and you see a familiar face peeking out. When you went by Peach General Goods in Waterdeep, it had closed up. You see the familiar, small, gnomish, bald form of Pete. He's got his little spectacles at the tip of his nose. Kind of like suspiciously looks out for a moment.
Pete General Goods?
That's not my fucking name. What's up? You guys here to buy some shit? It's Scuttlebomb, by the way.
It's what?
Scuttlebomb, Pete. Scuttlebomb.
Scuttlebum?
Scuttlebomb.
Scuttlebum.
Bomb.
Bomb.
Yes.
Scuttlebomb.
Yes, like a
It's
bug
so
would
good to see you,
like a
Pete.
bug would scuttle.
Yes.
And like a bomb explodes, but not
Yeah.
spelled like that.
We'd love to see what you got.
I'd love to
In
pronounce
the
your
back.
name.
What you got in the back? Pete?
I haven't used that code word in
Oh,
weeks.
shit.
Come on in. He pulls the door fully open, and stepping inside, you see it's like a
Stooping inside.
yeah, stooping inside. You do have to kind of duck under it, but once you step into the space, it is more spacious than it seems like it should be. There's not a full shop set up. It's actually more like a little cottage situation going on. There's these nice stone walls and windows for some reason where there's just light coming through, but they're kind of frosted so you can't see out of them. It just lets light in. And yeah, you see a couple of bags and a very large like camping pack that's just like things stacked and stacked and stacked upon each other. He's got his familiar pipe with lavender smoke coming out of it. You do see the hole where the chimney is above like a small fireplace that's trailing up in that direction. Well, yeah, I got some shit. What are you looking for? And then we can talk about specials.
Ooh, anything good for open bleeding wounds?
Yeah, I mean, I've got some potions.
Yes, please.
Cool. How much you got?
Well, how much do you got? I've got a lot, Pete.
Well, I've got 3 greater healing potions.
How much are they?
You really have to grease these doors.
Oh, did I leave that open? He waves his hand and it shuts itself.
I like your new place, Pete.
Greater healing potions, thanks. Well, I mean, it's temporary and it's not, like a shop or anything. Just kind of, all the excitement dried up back in whole sunk town. So now I'm out here walking around doing, getting stuff.
Right, the price of the potions.
100 gold a pop.
100 a pop?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take all of them. I don't know what it's.
Shit, yeah.
Can I take one of those?
Yeah,
He sets out the 3 greater healing potions.
If I go down, just
You okay?
force feed it to me.
I can't talk.
Oh no.
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Drink the drinks! Drink the drinks!
This
Okay.
has improved a little bit.
So
What
there's
happened?
so there's those. I've also got some other shit if you're interested.
What do you got?
Yeah, what are some of the other things you have?
Well, I've got a special going today. Filter of love. 50 gold pieces.
Okay.
Anybody who sees, anybody who drinks it, whoever they see first in the next 10 minutes, if they would be attracted to that person, they become infatuated.
I don't want to learn anything more about Genevieve than I've already learned recently.
Potion of climbing. Helps you climb. 30 gold pieces. I got 5 of those. Potion of watchful rest. 2. Got 2 of those.
Can I get 2 of those climbing ones from you before you move on? and
Sure.
Yeah.
That'll be 60 gold.
Pete, do you deal in non-magical wares as well, correct?
Sometimes. What do you want?
I'm looking for a diamond, a big one.
Ooh, chunky boy. Right?
Right.
Am I wrong?
No, you're correct.
Okay.
Gee, is that something like this? And I'll pull out the other one that I bought.
Yeah, I think I got one of those.
Could I have it?
You got 1,000 gold pieces?
I do.
Oh, then yeah, sure. Fuck yeah.
We have in our travels learned how shops work. Was there anything else that you had of interest?
Yeah, I've got these potions of watchful rest, 2 of them, 200 gold pieces each. Do not take both back to back.
What do they do?
Yeah, what do they do if you take them back to back?
I don't know, seems like a bad idea.
What do they do in general?
Oh, well, when you drink one, you don't have to sleep that night, but it feels like you did.
Oh.
Odd.
So, if you find yourself in the dragon's den, so to speak, and you're really fucking tired, you drink one of those bad boys, you can keep an eye out, and you'll feel like you slept it even though you didn't.
I'll take those.
Both of them.
Might as well.
Would you like one?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Fuck yeah, that'll be 400 gold pieces.
Yeah. Kind of lost our cart back there looking for some more wares. Anything else?
Yeah, I saved the best for last. I'm a fucking salesman, baby. I got a ring of jumping.
Okay.
Just one of those. You gotta attune to it. But it's pretty fucking slick. Makes you jump real good.
How good?
Real good.
What's the price? What's the price, Pete? You said you were going to mention specials, too.
That was 1,000 gold pieces. That is a special.
Is it special?
While wearing that ring,
Is it Mistwalker special? And then I kind of like pose a little.
is that name supposed to mean shit to me?
No, I just figured maybe you would have heard something.
Well, we haven't been here for a while.
I'll take the ring.
And then we
if-
showed up and got exiled from a town.
Basically, the ring allows you to cast the jump spell as a bonus action at will, but you can only target yourself.
I'll take the ring if no one's
And if you're curious,
sleeping for it.
your jump distance is tripled until the spell ends, which is 1 minute. Sure. 1,000 gold for a ring of jumping. You want to hear what the last 2 things are before you settle in, or you guys just strapped with cash?
What are the things?
We're doing okay.
I've got these handy bracers of archery. 2,000 gold pieces. It's a high-priced, high-ticket item, but it's worth it, baby. When you put these bad boys on, even if you've never shot a bow in your life, you'll be a pro. And you also get a +2 bonus to damage on ranged attacks made with long and short bows.
I can't think of anyone who would like that.
And I've also got this fancy little necklace. You can see he's like wearing this one. But I'd be willing to part with it for about 1,500 gold pieces. This is the amulet of the drunkard. I know I just sold you some health potions, but with this old ale-stained wooden bad boy, you can drink a pint of booze and heal.
And heal.
Yeah, once per day.
Well, I've tried healing that way before.
And it's pretty fucking good. So you guys know mechanically.
Oh, good. I thought Pete really just lined it out there.
It does not require attunement, to my knowledge. While wearing it, you can regain 4d4 plus 4 hit points when you drink a pint of beer, ale, mead, or wine once per day.
How much is that?
1,500 gold, baby.
I'll take it.
Hell yeah, that's peak
And not
prices.
the braces. All right. I'm learning so much about my companions.
What?
Nothing.
I'm pretty good.
Yes.
Should I leave the amulet?
No, I'm not.
I just-
No, I'm not. It's not the money thing. It's more.
All sales are final, by the way.
He said something about braces of archery, and you're just like,
Well, I already have this 12-pack of mead that we took off of those dead school
Oh, that's
people.
really true.
I mean, why not both?
Well,
You can get nice and toasty and send some arrows into some skulls or whatever.
that's a lot, Pete. How much for the braces?
2,000. Unless
There's not some sort of package deal you
unless
make?
what?
unless you guys got any purple shit.
I don't know if I have
Do
any.
I
I
have anything
gave
purple?
away some flowers recently. I'm not sure if I have anything purple on me.
My clothes are purple.
I'd call that a deal. Because they're purple and I love that.
Right.
I'll turn around. I mean, fuck.
It's like wintry, right? So losing my cape would be kind of an issue.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, we're getting pretty deep into autumn.
The big, huge berries.
The mountains.
By the way, looking in, those berries have turned.
But
Really?
what color are they?
Yeah. Those went bad the next day after they were picked.
But what color are they?
Even in a bag of holding? I thought that was like another dimension or some shit.
Yeah, but shit still ages in there.
We need a bag of holding
Ah.
for it not to do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, are they purple?
You have to
Stick your hand into your bag of holding and pull out this mess of like fuzzy, purplish green.
Hey.
It's like purplish insides with green mold growing on it. Eh, what the fuck? He grabs a jar, scoops it in. I'll mark off 1,000 for that.
Deal.
Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
1,000? What are you gonna do with them?
That's none of your fucking business, is it? He puts the jar in his pocket.
Would you like to know what it was?
So 2,500 for both.
I'll figure it out. Yeah. Yes.
Wow. That is a good deal.
You'll have to remind me what the things are so I can add them to my inventory.
Yeah, if you guys, we'll do that during the break if you guys
Okay.
remind
Write down.
me.
Yeah.
I can tell you what to write down in the meantime, though. That is an amulet of the drunkard, bracers of archery. Silas, you got a ring of jumping. Somebody grabbed 2 potions of watchful rest. I think you also bought the
You
potion.
did
I think the only thing you haven't bought is the filter of love.
Yeah.
Correct.
And you got 2 potions of climbing. Correct? 'Cause
Yes.
There were 5 and there are now 3. Still got 3 of these bad boys if you guys are looking to, I don't know, go sightseeing in the mountains or some shit later.
What?
These potions of climbing? I don't know what your plans are.
I've got 2 of them. I mean, it's probably best if.
They're only 30 gold a pop.
What's
Unless you got some purple shit.
You know the way to Chillrun? Is it?
Oh yeah, to get to Chillrun from here, fastest way is going to be stopping through Galen's Folly, taking the mountain pass, and maybe a quick drop off in Suntukur, then straight on to Chillrun, baby. If you want to take the long way, you can head over to Strandwick, and then you go north around the Galen mountain range, and then you basically just got to trek along the base of the mountains. Still pop by Suntukur if you wanted. But that's a much longer. You're basically from here. That's going to be twice the distance.
Right. I'll take the other 2 of climbing. Or the other 3 of climbing. I'll say. Just.
Oh fuck yeah! That's going to be 90 gold.
Yeah.
How dangerous is the mountain pass?
Hence these. I'll put them in my bag.
Well, yeah, with those potions, a lot easier. There's not a whole lot of climbing through the pass itself, but you know, there's always creatures and things. Not really suitable for cart travel. More of a hiking trail, up and then down. Probably like 4 days if the weather's nice.
Do you have anything that can help you see into somewhere where you're not?
I think I might have one of those actually. Give me just a second.
What's the... Do you guys remember the gopher from Winnie the Pooh?
Mm-hmm.
Did the...
I can't do that. I have the gap in my teeth, which would imply its presence, but I cannot do it.
Super suspicious.
Super
There's a
suspicious.
the animated Robin Hood had somebody like that too, right?
Yeah.
Was it the snake?
Yeah.
I see a ladybug.
Can't remember.
They're everywhere.
Where?
I know I've got one of these in this bag somewhere. Shit.
That's okay. Take your time.
Do you mind if we just
Huh?
take a sit down?
What?
Is that? I'm gonna just sit.
Ah, here it is. Yeah, I could probably part with this baby for 100 gold pieces. Potion of clairvoyance.
That's what I use to.
I don't keep a lot of these because they're fucking creepy. You better not do any creepy shit with this.
Oh, it's more
course not.
reconnaissance.
I wasn't kidding about leaving the room or whatever if you were gonna, disrobe. Basically, when you drink the potion, you can gain the effect of the clairvoyance spell, which lasts 10 minutes. You create a sensor in a place that you are familiar with within a mile of you. And you can see through it.
That's what I used to look into that lady's room when the doors were closed.
That's what I
That
want to
evil
do.
lady who was doing bad things.
Oh yeah, there was a time when we had to look into a room for not nefarious reasons. Sorry, paraphrasing.
For normal save the world
Yeah,
reasons.
go to the YouTube sales pitch, blah blah.
Yeah, I mean, feel free. I was just about to relax. So, if you guys want to take a load off, you're welcome to join me in here.
Sure. What's in the pipe?
It's like some kind of weird mix of lavender and halfling weed or some shit. Hits hard. You want some?
Yeah, if you think it'll help me sleep at all.
They'd probably knock you right the fuck out.
Sure. Yeah. I do.
Yeah, make a Constitution saving.
Whee!
DC 20.
Oh.
You said there's like a fire going? Yeah, I'm just gonna, if there's like a rug in front of the fire, I'm just gonna kind of curl my carcass over there.
Yeah. Bleed on his rug a little bit.
A little bit. It's fine. There was already some blood down here.
It's not so bad. Then I just pass out. I got a 3.
Fucking lightweights. Anyway, nothing wrong with that. He's fine.
When I
Like,
land,
clear-
it looks like a bunch of dust, but it's just like mist, like briefly, just like.
He flips the
And
pipe
it
and
carries
taps.
you towards a pile.
Flips the pipe and taps it out, and places it inside of his robes. Walks over to this little kind of what's the term I'm looking for? Not a table, a counter, and grabs up a bowl of what looks like some kind of rice porridge of some kind, and continues eating. And you guys can take a long rest if you'd like.
Help. Help.
You get a good night's sleep within
Oh, she lives.
general presence. And awaken in the morning feeling rested. Pete is there, awake as well. You see he's already gathered up, the entire room is barren and empty. He's gathered up everything and puts on this backpack that's twice as tall as him once it's on. Morning!
What's the rush, Pete?
No, fucking places to be. I got shit to sell, baby.
Right.
And also wares to find. Also, this room is gonna go bye-bye soon, so you guys might want to step outside, because I haven't
Okay.
Yeah.
closed it with people in it before, and that seems risky.
Grab my things.
He opens the door and steps out, and he has to duck down to get his backpack out the door, but he seems very practiced. As you all follow him outside of this round door, and he closes it and turns the handle the opposite direction, probably a full 360 turn, and then pulls, and the door itself, as he's pulling, wrenches out, and you watch, if anybody's looking closely, probably with all your passive perceptions, you'd notice as the chimney just kind of pops into the mountaintop and disappears, hilltop. And as he holds it, the door just kind of folds over itself into a small circular wooden door, like a model of its former self, which he attaches to the now empty chain from the amulet of the drunkard as I touch my microphone, forgetting it's there.
Yes, Robbie's screaming.
And yeah, he's got this like little door amulet around his neck. Well, anyway.
Thanks again, Pete. Where are you setting up next? Where are you moving off to? I don't want to say goodbye and head in the same direction.
Well, I don't know yet. I was thinking about heading towards Manglewood, but I hear I'm not welcome there.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Well, because it's a ladies only kind of society of these like furball druids. Matriarchal and no boys allowed. So
Maybe if you set
probably
up,
not that
if
actually.
you set up just outside, maybe they might need to, run to the store.
Oh, maybe
stuff.
so. Maybe.
Oh,
I was thinking that, or maybe Strandwick, mining town, always gonna need pickaxes and shit.
Mistinol. There are entire fields of lavender. Like,
You
A
telling me?
lot of magical shit there.
for sure.
You
But
telling me
I
there's
mean,
purple fields?
forever.
Been a while since I've been that way.
Right. It's like about the center of about a bit north from the center of the continent.
Huh. Well, it's interesting you say that. Maybe I'll stop by and...
Geladorn, right? Just outside of Geladorn, there was huge fields.
I think so.
Well, in that case, maybe I'll stop by Fort Hornwood and pop a squat on a boat. Papa Pete, that's what they call me. Papa Pete, always popping squats. He does a squat.
Okay.
Well, anyway, I guess west is it for me then. Through the spiral wood.
Good luck, Pete.
Bye.
Yeah, good
He begins
seeing you.
scuttling off, true to his name.
Well, that one might have been our strongest goodbye yet, guys.
Sure.
I think that's the most of these dragons that I've spent
It was
since
all-
I've had
It
them.
was all good stuff. Pete's good for it.
I hope so.
Oh, my eyes burn. I don't know.
Silas has like very red eyes at the moment. Bloodshot.
Drink some water.
I've been trying. Little sips here and there.
I don't have any restoration.
No, we're good. I'm not
I have.
dying.
Yeah, no lingering effects. Other than the red eye. A little dry.
Looks uncomfortable.
Shall we?
Yeah, yes.
So given that we don't have a cart to sell and we managed to get some rest, do we have a reason to stop through Galen's Folly still?
I mean, that's where the pass is.
Yeah, other than
Right.
it's on the way.
I see. I had misinterpreted these maps that I've been holding for so long.
That's alright.
Yeah.
Maps are hard.
Maps are hard, and none of us are really that solid with them.
Frustratingly vague, maps.
Well, it's almost as if, like, not that much of this place is actually, like, discovered, right? Like,
Guess.
there's one road.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like you buy a map and then you're like, well, I'm going to be editing the shit out of this thing, right? You
Right,
just spend
yeah.
most of your time going, no, actually, that's this way, and
Right.
this is here.
Well, that sign fell over, so I missed it.
Completely, yeah. And then you
We're
mark it that
walking.
there's a
Yeah, for sure. Not to get too off topic, but it's very much like a kind of a Donner Party situation in a lot of these maps where it's like, oh, well, it's just from here to here, but it's like, yeah, that's a fucking mountain, dude, and it's winter.
yeah.
Well,
You
right now
continue.
it's late fall, so
Yeah.
it should be fine.
But you're headed north. You continue through the Hillock Sea until eventually you finally emerge from the rocky and unnatural terrain into forest-speckled knolls. Not the creature, the hills.
Okay.
You catch a glimpse of a small town before the jagged, snow-capped spires of the Galen Mountains. After a few hours more of travel, you arrive at the outskirts of Galen's Folly. You're immediately greeted by the sight of townsfolk and guards digging to level the ground. Dwarves and Goliaths work in tandem to heft large stone blocks onto flattened earth. As you can see, a protective wall has nearly been completed around the town. Passing through the future gateway into the city, there are a number of sundered wooden buildings. Some of the remnants of these buildings are being picked through by puffy-eyed and solemn townsfolk. Children play in the rubble of former parks, and nearby a tiefling man with deep yellow-orange skin, horns filed down to nubs above his temples, digs through scorched paper and stone, recovering what he can from what looks to once have been a library. As you continue, you see a community working together to rebuild. As you'll recall, not too long ago, Galen's Folly took the brunt of the Silver Stake attacks in Wynnefell. And it was only when reinforcements arrived from Waterdeep that the city was fully liberated from the Silver Stake's grasp. But you see men and women atop wooden scaffolding, hammering and sawing in discordant rhythms as they mend their injured town. Eventually, you reach a town square where the citizens are doing their best to go about business as usual. Fresh produce and butchered meats are sold at street stalls, and the doors to several shops are open. What would you like to do?
Is there anyone out that is immediately recognizable from the group that we took out of the sewers?
Make a perception check.
Oh, she's perceiving. 23.
23.
Oh.
You catch just a glimpse of I remembered things. On that 23, you see some people, no one that you like got the names of or had deep interactions with. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Callan, who is the one you were kind of closest with of that crew, is currently in Dark Pines, or maybe Hillslip these days. But yeah, you do see some people that you kind of split off with when you headed south through the Glasswood Holt, and they made the journey through the mountains to get to Galen's Folly.
Tight. I'd like to approach someone from that group.
Yeah, absolutely. You approach a half-elven man with golden hair pulled up into kind of like I say golden, kind of like a midpoint between brown and blonde, pulled up into a bun, sideburns down to like kind of the corners of the chin or jaw, and deep blue eyes as he turns to you. Oh, heavens. Mistwalkers.
Yes, you remember.
I do. I'm so glad that you're safe. I'm so glad that we're safe. It's lovely to see you again. What brings you to Galen's Folly? I heard you were headed south.
We're sort of going back north, but I was hoping to run into one of you all, and we tried to talk to some people when we were in Chillrun, and everyone seemed afraid to say anything. So I was hoping that maybe you could tell us a little bit about what is happening there, so that we could maybe go take care of it.
Oh, well, I'm afraid I have no idea what's happening there currently. Myself and my family were all that I had left when leaving. But I can tell you that it was not going well. I feel that there's something amiss with the Pontifex. Something is clouding her judgment, or I don't know what's happened, but she just keeps instating these more and more restrictive laws and not letting everyone into the city and leaving people out in the cold, especially as winter quickly approaches. Just leaving people to die in the snow outside of the city. It doesn't seem very fair to me. And that's kind of our whole deal.
Right. And I can tell you what we know and what we have seen. Is there a still standing tavern or anything like that where we could go sit
Here?
and talk? Or, I mean, if you're busy, we can...
Well, I was just stopping by this lovely fortune teller shop if you wanted to join me, but if you'd like to grab a drink afterwards, I'm sure we could stop by the Giant's Tail.
Sure, yeah. We can
And
get some food for you and your family or something.
That would be excellent.
what was your name?
My name is Brimley Feldalorn. Right this way.
Yeah, yes.
He leads you down the street, which in the center of town, it's a lot more put together. You get the sense that this area was able to be better defended, and also the buildings here they're more like brick and stone buildings rather than the kind of like timber buildings around the perimeters. And yeah, he leads you to a quaint little fortune teller shop called Bala's Bones that is filled with trinkets and oddities. Stepping inside is just a cacophony for the eyes of various like spell components and trinkets and spirit boards of all different kinds and just a lot of like divination-based items. But then there's also like crystals and gems and things of that nature. He steps in and Brimley steps up to the counter and you see an older tiefling woman missing one horn. She has light violet skin and black hair that's peppered with strands of silver. And she kind of leans in. She's like, Brimley, lovely to see you again. What can we do for you? He's like, yes, I'm just here to re-up on the guano. And she's like, yes, batshit coming up. And turns around and goes and is like digging through various shelves behind her. And you guys can feel free to take a look around if you would like.
Yeah.
Sure. I'll like cautiously peruse. Do I get any kind of, I don't know how else to put it, but like, do I get any other kind of like deck of card types of feelings in this room?
Make an Arcana check.
I'm gonna hang out with Brimley. Because the last person I knew that used components like that was Aurora.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very curious. And I'm gonna lean over the counter where he's looking and I'm gonna just say, so, you perform magic?
I do a bit here and there. Mostly minor things.
Is that why you had problems in Chillrun?
Well, yes, I was not able to practice freely in Chillrun, so
Right.
I was kind of kept on the down low.
Does it happen on purpose usually, or by just like?
Oh yes, I studied it for years when I was younger.
So you studied it.
Yes.
What if it's more of like a, ooh, boy, I sure am upset with you. Can you improve that? If that's
Talking
how
about
you're
naturally occurring magical abilities.
sure.
I did have a couple of classmates in school who
Right.
were naturally gifted and talented. They always seem to struggle a bit more with the runes and understanding, manipulating, using focus to manipulate the weave, or the spark as we call it. But they excelled in other areas.
What's the poop do?
Guano is used in a number of fire-based applications. I use it for simple ability to produce flame. You see, if I draw this particular rune, he kind of like pulls his hand over his palm and draws this circle and very like dexterously crafts these small runes of light within his palm. And then I place the guano here and rub my thumb along it. It'll set a little gout of flame and light whatever it is that I'm after. Obviously, as you can see, without the guano, nothing happens. Just...
Right. And how many times a day would you say you wash your hands?
Well, after using that spell, I mean, they're kind of, they kind of get self-cleaning from, it's a light. Flame cleanses all that is dirty or whatever. But I always wash my hands after.
Right.
Is that how it goes?
I'm just going to continue in this manner for some time.
Yeah, you do for momentarily as you guys are looking around the shop.
A nat 20, baby.
Fuck yeah, dude. Cholula, did you check in anything out?
What type of check were we doing?
In
If you're just
perception.
looking around.
I'd say perception.
Oh, okay, tight. That's a 22.
Nice.
As well, or
Each of you looking around this shop, nothing really catches your eyes within like the wares of the shop. Neither of you are arcane like
Guys.
magic casters in the sense of like a wizard using components for spells, or even sorcerers sometimes use components. But neither of you really particularly use that bag. You're more like arcane focus, or just like, the mist comes out of you kind of stuff.
picking up stuff.
Some very lovely crystals though, and all different types of cuts and things. Some are like have a couple of facets and then are just like raw on one end, which is kind of cool. But Silas, you get this strange kind of like misty shiver down the back of your neck, like a cold fog from a walk-in freezer catches the back of your neck.
Silas's days working at pizza shops.
You kind of like have a chill and turn and look behind you, and you turn just as the tiefling woman is stepping out from behind this kind of like velvety curtain, and you catch just a glimpse of this violet crystal ball sitting on a table in the back. And something about it is just, it's not like these other crystals. You get this strange, I don't want to say compulsion. It seems more interesting to you. It caught your attention through the curtain in this strange, opportune moment. Alma, as you're continuing your conversation, Tiefling woman returns. Here you are, a nice and dinner baggie for you. Oh, hello there. Are you here with Brimley, or can I help you with something?
I'm just sort of here. Do you have...
By chance, happenstance, the fates bringing us together. I am Visca Velveteen. It's lovely to meet you.
It's nice to meet you.
Tell me, are you a magic practitioner yourself?
By practitioner.
Do you have the spark? Can you create magical effects at will?
Yeah. Yes.
Interesting. You seem apprehensive. Is there something weighing on your mind? You see Brimley is like looking into
Ooh. You are both really big eyes on both the good eyeballs. Have you guys found anything that you're interested in?
you brought friends. Hello and welcome to
Hi.
Allah's Bones. Say, we're running a special today. 1 gold piece for a palm reading. Could I interest any of you in something like that?
Oh, that sounds fun.
What about the crystal ball in the back?
Yes, we could use that for our reading as well, if you would like to join me. You can come, we can do a group reading, or if you'd like to go one by one. I don't know what your comfort level is with things like this, and if you'd like a group to be present, or if you'd like to be alone.
What do y'all think?
I'll go alone.
Oh.
Wonderful. That'll be 1 gold piece.
Sure, yeah. I'll hand one over.
Thank you.
I'll do one too.
Excellent. Well, who would like to go first? And can I interest you, young lady?
I'll go.
I'm good.
All right. Well, please follow me. She like reaches out to take your hand.
Okay.
She leads you around the counter and through this red velvet curtain into this lovely space. There are just all different like textures of these dark, mostly violet and black, like fabrics and curtains that are just dangling from the walls and seem to be almost like pinned around the space to make it feel like a tent, but by some arcane means. And she brings you over to the table and sits you down. Now, if you wouldn't mind, please place your hand upon the crystal ball.
Okay.
Yeah, you touched a ball.
You place your hand.
Touching a ball.
The ball hardens.
The ball's hardened.
You place your hand on the crystal ball, and it's warm to the touch, which you weren't expecting. And you see as Visca closes her eyes for a moment before leaning back and opening them, and when she does, they've gone from that, what color did I say they were? Did I say? They've gone from their usual color to this cloudy white, and you can swear you see swirls of mist within them. And a voice speaks, but it is not emanating from Visca.
A man lost, a man found. A beast dwells around you no longer, but now another dwells within. It brings power, yes, but also pain. Your actions are your own, but familiarity thins the veil. You seek that which is forgotten, but it seeks you as well. Part of it lies unseen, but close at hand. Find it amongst the ink. Linger, and it shall find you first. When the rain falls, all will thrive, or all will end.
And Visca leans forward and closes her eyes before looking up. That's all right. You can remove your hand now. I'm sorry, what? Are you sure? All right. I've been told that you seem pretty chill, so don't freak out. And Visca reaches forward and slowly turns the violet ball, and as she does, you see the other side of it that was facing her. There are these strange kind of bumps and grooves that form on it before sharpening into these fang-like teeth. And
You were incorrect about the chill thing.
no eyes, just a large toothy maw opens before you.
Now we gotta close it all down. Throwing around copyrighted 2 words.
You can't copyright that phrase.
You are one that I find interesting.
And you see now as the crystal ball itself speaks upon its stand.
I am Bala. What brings you to Galen's Folly?
Just on the way through the mountain pass.
I see. Well, you seem well prepared. Is there more you wish to know? I'm afraid I can't delve into specifics. I simply channel the fortunes. I do not myself understand them.
What do we have to look forward to in Chillrun?
Chillrun. A dark veil blots out the warmth.
Yeah, for sure.
The gates are closed. People are dying.
It kind of like shifts on its mount as it says that.
I can't ask specifics. What can be done?
Remove the head, and the snake dies.
Right. There's going to be a much more chipper person coming in here in just a second.
I would appreciate it if you did not reveal my secret.
Okay.
I take it you are one to be trusted.
Yes, yes.
Good.
And Visca turns it around. Well, follow me. I'll lead you out. And she pulls the curtain to the side. Ah, I believe you were next.
Tag me in.
Right.
Please come. She takes your hand, leads you in. She sits down and sits you across from her. Please, place your palm upon the crystal ball.
Doesn't matter which one.
Whichever you're more comfortable with.
Okay. I'll do my left hand.
Okay. You place your left hand, similarly to Silas, just for the sake of not having to explain it again. Eyes go white, another voice speaks.
Family recovered, yet so far away. A quest that takes you far from home may bring you closer than you know. A sibling's journey, not in vain, brings challenges untold and trust that must be gained. Follow what is in your heart, and reunion shall be close at hand, but be warned. The fruit fallen from the tree grows dirty. If not washed, it may be hard to stomach. Can it still be delicious if it doesn't desire to be clean?
She comes back to herself. I hope you found that helpful in some way.
Well, I don't know. We'll find out, I guess.
Wonderful. Do you have any questions or any other type of readings you'd be interested in? We do a tarot as well.
No, that's all right. I think that this is good. This is good. Just gotta wash the apples.
Right. Okay. Well, let's get you back to your friends.
Okay.
And she takes you by the hand and leads you out.
You should go.
Are you sure you didn't want a reading, my dear?
It doesn't take much time, as you saw.
It's very quick.
I'll give you a gold piece.
Can I get a general read from these two?
Make an insight check.
Is it like a good time, bad time?
If you guys would like, you can willingly fail to let her know what your vibes are. Or if you're trying to hide how traumatized you might be, you can make a deception check.
I'm willingly failing.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
You can
Do
still
I have
roll.
to?
Yeah, no need.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to roll some dice, you can roll some dice.
Good.
Yeah, roll and I'll just like give you whatever your amount is.
11.
Middle of the road. What does she glean from you guys? What is your current state?
Cholula seems like confused and like possibly pushing something down to try to be helpful and give you a gold piece so that you can go do the thing.
I have a gold piece. It really wasn't. Thank you.
I think compared to Cholula, it's like, go do it. There's some wild shit in there. But if she wasn't around, it'd just be normal Silas concern.
I promise it doesn't hurt or anything. We try not to get too personal.
I'll hand over a gold piece.
Thank you for your patronage. Please, follow me. She reaches out for your hand.
I take it.
She grabs your hand and leads you back into the back room, sits you down at the table. Place your hand upon the crystal ball.
Either.
Either or.
Okay.
You could do both if you felt like it.
Has anybody ever done a foot?
No, you could try it if you wanted to take your
I
boots
don't
off.
want to disrespect the ball.
That's fair.
I will put my left hand down.
Similarly, the eyes go white. A different voice speaks.
You have seen much hardship, but have grown because of it. You seek to repair something broken, though it has lost pieces and may never be the same as it was. Much like our town, when reformed to create something new, it may be even stronger still.
There's a pause.
There is something else, cloudy and unseen, born of two worlds, latent potential yet untapped. Seek the lost words and you shall find it.
And Visca comes to again. Really? 2 for 2? All right then. You seem... are you as chill as your father?
I'm sorry, I've never heard those words together.
I'll take that as a yes.
Okay.
Don't freak out. She flips the ball around, and you see the wide grin of this strange, almost mimic-like crystal ball.
Yeah, why wouldn't that happen?
The amount of times Taylor has said that to himself on a daily.
Greeting, Miss Bramble. I am Bala. Forgive me.
No, I'm sorry. Forgive me. Is that a name that you gave yourself?
It was bestowed upon me
Right.
when I found this form.
That's really not fair. There are a lot of beautiful names for...
Oh, because it's a pun.
Right, because it's just not very creative, right? It's like calling a dog puppy, right?
It was fully unintentional.
No, that's fair. I just think if you wanted a new name, I could spin some things for
Well,
you.
we've already named the shop.
Right, that's fair. But you don't have to be Bala, the ball.
There are more pressing matters at hand.
You are correct. There usually are.
I do not understand the readings. I do not interpret the readings. I merely give them.
Right.
But never before since moments ago when your father stepped into this room.
Once before. Up until then, is what you're saying.
From before your father's arrival
Right.
until
Sorry.
now. Never before that have I experienced a fate so fraught with unseen avenues. I don't understand it myself, but
Are you saying that you cannot see the futures for us?
I'm saying they are yet to be written. Your actions will sway not only your future, not only your father's future, perhaps the entire future of this realm. All of Kavora tangibly is tied to what you may or may not decide to do. That is as far as my sight goes.
Why wouldn't it be like that, right? Because that would be like a lot to put
You could argue
like a
that
group of people.
anyone could take an action that could change the course of any world.
Talking balls usually don't tell them that though to their faces, do they? Do they?
Sometimes
Is there like a room that you have when people feel like they need to barf? Or
there's a
is-
bucket behind your seat.
Great, I barf.
Good aim.
Thanks.
Is that audible from where we
Make a
are?
perception check.
Is there a roll I can make to see how good I am at muting my barf sound?
If you like to make a stealth check
Yeah.
26.
with disadvantage because you're barfing.
Well, that's a 3. Give me 1.
How good
Well,
are
if you roll a 1, you might
good are
barf on
you
the
at
floor,
Ralph?
so yeah. That's super cocked.
Yeah.
Super.
Super. Well,
Cocked.
Cocked.
I don't
Cocked.
get it on the floor.
That's good. It goes in the bucket. Not quietly, though. Yeah, you hear bodily fluid being expelled.
Hey,
I'm good.
can you tell me what it sounds like to me? Or is,
Yeah,
is
it
that
sounds
the
like-
description?
Well, let's ask Alma. You really gonna make me go into specifics on this?
I mean,
No,
in
you
front of
said-
our lovely
no,
viewers.
No, you said it sounded like a bodily fluid being expelled.
From the mouth.
Wait,
Thank
I
you.
got.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be gross. I just, like, if
I
I'm playing the
shit.
game.
It's chunky, okay? Is that what you wanted? I'm sorry, everyone at
don't want it
home.
to be
I hate
just-
this as much as you
I
do.
don't want it to be descriptive. I just don't want it to be almost just pooping in the back. I'm like, hey, you should go in there.
I'm a little stressed.
You hear
Mind
a
if I
shit.
drop trout?
You hear a shit happen.
Butt barf.
It's just one kind of hard, and then nothing. You know, like it's, and then I'm good.
Would you like some water?
Yes, please.
Visca, please.
Yes, yes. And she, Visca sets out a cup and kind of waves a hand over it and takes a bit of like peat moss from a pocket and squeezes it. And as she squeezes, water comes from her hand and fills the glass. It's magic and drinkable. It's refreshing.
Okay, that was pretty delicious. Thanks.
I would appreciate it if you did not inform anyone of what you saw in this back room. Do you find that agreeable? I mean, you can tell your friends about, your fortune and whatever, but, like, don't go telling townsfolk that a ball runs this place.
Right.
This may not be Chillrun, but, there are still people who are
No.
not
but
accustomed to one of my
What?
nature.
What you're asking for is fair. Like there's an economy here, and most people don't anticipate balls behind it. So I think you're asking for something very reasonable, and I can fulfill that easily. And I just start drinking more water.
I hope my words bring you solace.
And she kind of like rolls back around of her own accord as Visca stands up and leads you out and collects the glass from you when you're done. Leads you back out to your friends. Alma looks a little pale.
Well, thank you so much for coming in. I believe your friend Brimley is waiting out front for you.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes, enjoy your days.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Bye.
She slides 3 gold pieces back over the counter.
Please. This one's on the house.
Well,
I take my gold piece back.
Silas leaves his, and as you all exit, Brimley is standing outside, turns, seems none the wiser to your mental states. How'd it go? Did you enjoy your time?
It was informative.
it was interesting, yeah.
That's good.
Excellent. The giant's tail is this way.
Okay.
Follow me.
Yeah, no, of course.
And
Is your family going to be meeting us?
well, my wife is currently working, and my children are in school, so no.
We'll get them some doggy bags or something.
Oh yes, I'll bring leftovers for sure. He leads you in across the not even across the town square, but next door to Ball His Bones. There's a couple arguing outside. Looks like a half orc and a human man, half orc woman and a human man arguing about a forgotten anniversary or something of that sort. And you step towards a large, kind of terracotta colored single-story building with a thatched roof, and stepping inside there's a smooth stone floor and a number of mounted animal heads along the walls, all types of like wolves and mostly like predators. And yeah, stepping inside, there is a large brass countertop where the bar is in the back, and tables set up about, and you can seat yourselves if you'd like. There are also menus on the tables as you sit down.
What did you say this place was called?
The Giant's Tail.
Okay.
Specials are beef casserole with peas, 4 silver pieces, bacon cake with regular cake and a glass of vodka for 5 silver pieces, as well as lamb casserole with nutmeg and leek and a glass of vodka for 5 silver pieces.
The usual one of everything?
Do they have any like soups and bread on, just like something gentle on the tongue?
Yeah, there's a lovely egg drop soup as well.
I want bacon,
Yeah, I
cake,
get
and
that.
cake and vodka.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Cake?
Bacon, cake, and vodka. That's a shirt now.
And that's what we'll be having for your birthday dinner tomorrow night.
Yay! It's bacon stuffed with bacon and stuffed with cake.
Yeah.
Brimley orders the bacon cake with cake and a glass of vodka as well. And a lamb casserole for the
What's the
family.
plating like on the bacon cake and cake?
It's great. The bacon cake itself it's like a meat pie, but instead of pie crust, it's bacon.
Oh, actually.
Yeah.
That's neat. I love hearing my heartbeat.
And then there's a small plate to the side of this very like rich, dark Grimdalian chocolate cake that arrives as well. And there are little. Tell me if this
The
ruins it.
soundboard is still on.
Tell me if this ruins it for you guys, but it makes it better for me. The filling in between the layers is has little bits of cherry in it as well.
Nice.
I can do that.
Nice.
Bit of a Black Forest situation.
Fuck
Gato.
with that.
And that's Taverns with Arcanarama. You get your food. If you guys want to mark off a gold and a half.
I'll just do 2
I gave
for
him a
2.
gold piece for my bacon and bacon
Excellent.
cake.
You sip well. Brimley sits down. Brimley sits down and just bores into that bacon cake and cake.
He pours into it. Bacon.
Pours into the bacon.
No hand.
And the cake in the cake. He uses a fork. He's a civilized
He's
a
person.
guy.
He's half elf, okay? If he has to fart, he'll go to a different room.
Yeah.
Soro-san.
There are a number of other patrons in here as well. Looks like about 7 other people enjoying meals.
How was your pass through the mountains? We are about to do the reverse trek.
Treacherous, to say the least. We had to allocate all of our belongings amongst ourselves, which
I mean, I guess we can be thankful it wasn't that much we were able to get out of the city, but the winter coats from that shop owner, I can't remember his name. Do you? Oh, the one who helped us.
It was like something.
Thump
Thaddeus.
something.
I don't remember the fellow's name, unfortunately. Not as catchy as the Mistwalkers, obviously.
Right.
Hey.
But if it weren't for the winter clothes that he provided, it would have been much, much more treacherous. But luckily, it got much warmer as we made our way further south.
Thacker?
Ah, yes,
Thacker.
Elias Thacker, that's what it was.
Thaddeus threads.
There's another
Takes a big bite of bacon cake.
Okay.
bacon cake and cake.
There's a Thaddeus.
It's like grease on his
Yeah,
face. It's just so good.
I know, but you shouldn't let that rest on your... It's
Why
very
not?
greasy.
Is that bad?
No, well...
Picks up a
It's rough
like cloth
stuff.
towels in place of napkins here. Like they know what they're serving. I see. Thank you for treating me to this beautiful
Of course.
lunch.
No, we're not. We don't just go buying multiple families winter clothing for show. We really do care about the people that
Right, we wouldn't
help you.
have made it even outside of the walls of Chillrun if not for your help.
Speaking of children, what's the deal?
I was going to ask if there,
I don't
was
know.
gonna ask
I
if there's
told
any,
you.
like landmarks we should be looking for in the trek back. If there's a path. that
There's
leads
a
to
lovely
easier.
ladybug.
Ladybug.
Anyway, there's a lovely little village just on the other side of the mountains. We took a rest stop there before we made the journey. It's called Sun Tukur. I've never seen anything like it. Humans and goblins and orcs and all manner of different folk living in tandem with one another side by side. And the architecture was truly fascinating. And there's a nice tavern there as well that had some pretty good entrees.
But did they have bacon cake and cake?
They didn't have bacon cake and cake, but they did a lovely tavern called Nogu's Inn. They had rooms to sleep for the night, and they had an excellent bison stew with a very crisp cider.
What was the name of that town?
That's Sun Tukur. If you'd like me to spell it.
I guessed. Can I see how close I got?
Yeah, let's see.
I got S, U with the thing on it, and an N, space, T, apostrophe, K-O-R.
Pretty close.
Really?
It's S, umlaut U, N, apostrophe T, U with an umlaut, K-O-R. Sun Tukur. Yes, that was in Nogu's Inn. Excellent. Excellent service, excellent food. Couldn't recommend it more. Other than that, it's pretty much a straight shot from Sun Tukur. There's a bit of forest and, foothills, but then you should arrive at the walls of Chillrun.
Is there anybody there that you would advise as a decent contact? How did you all find each other in the sewers?
Within Chillrun? Well, Callan found me on the street, actually, when I was... I had reached the end of my rope, so to speak, and was going to risk asking for money, though, a guard could have come by at any minute and had my head, but luckily Callan came by instead and let me know about the excellent cheese farm, as it were, below the streets, and my family was fed. I will say, however, my gastrointestinal situation has been much better since not eating sewer cheese on the race.
Yeah, you have to have food groups.
Right.
All right, greens. Like bacon cake and cake.
Right,
And
yes.
vodka.
I think there's a Brussels sprout at the center of this bacon cake.
Just one.
Just one. Yes. There's also a whole boiled egg in there.
You need to stop talking. Cameron. I was going to whisper to Kitty, we should make this and post a picture in the Discord, but you're making it impossible to make this. Bacon, cake, and cake.
Everything I've said sounds good to me.
It's
You're
something
just putting
about
shit in a
all
cake.
of
It's not even cake.
all of the sounds of bacon cake and cake
Oh,
and
it's
vodka
great.
feel
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah. Bacon, cake, and cake. The saltiness of the bacon cake
Yes.
and the
With the
chocolate.
You know, I hear.
Yeah.
And have you tried your vodka yet?
Is it warm? I was worried it was warm.
You're going to like
They
it. It's
put it
warm.
in the oven.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I cheers my soup.
He cheers all of you.
It's a lot of vodka.
You take
All right.
you take your vodka shots. Bacon infused.
What is this place? Why are we here?
This
Why
is
are-
the giant's tail. I don't think giants have tails.
Yeah.
I'll have to ask the owner about that.
Maybe they just tell stories about bacon.
Probably.
It's like a different kind of tale.
I'll be honest. I usually just pop in for lunch, or dinner, and I've only been here a handful of times.
That's good.
Can I ask when it all started getting weird?
It was right after the hottest part of the summer, if I recall correctly.
This summer.
This past summer.
How did he-
Well, I mean, there have been laws and things being implemented and changed for about 3 years now. However, after the heat of the summer, with the coming autumn and the promise of winter, things notably ramped up. More restricting laws on things that felt trivial at best. I mean, I wish we could have noticed that it was an abuse of power when it was in its early stages, when Lady Chillrun was still making public appearances. But
Did those ever change? Was there a couple that were different from others? Did she have a different appearance, let's say?
not to my knowledge.
Well, you-
Lovely woman. But they got more violent. There started being demonstrations of against those who were breaking the laws. They were being executed publicly.
And that's new for children.
Yes. Again, our city is protected by the light of the Fairfather.
Were these executions done with a dagger?
Some of them, those ones were the more brutal, for those accused of treason against the cathedral. But most were carried out with a great sword or an axe.
When you say summer, can you remember any kind of an eclipse or solstice?
Well, it's hard to read within the city walls because constant daylight's the same all the time. Not constant daylight, but daylight every day, and it's always nice and temperate. But in the summer, the gates are usually left open so that people can travel in and out of doors. The field workers can tend to their crop, and the crop is still growing, as it were, before harvest. I can't think of anything in particular.
Are there any farmers in the group that came here?
Yes.
Do you have contact with them? Would they know if there was an eclipse or solstice?
I could reach out. It might take me a couple of days. How long will you be in town?
We'd like to head out as soon as possible to make it back to Chillrun, but we can wait if...
What sorts of laws?
Well,
I mean, we were there when the curfew one happened, and we know that there was no drinking.
yes, no drinking past 7 bells in the afternoon. There was a particular law. There was the law that banned begging for money on the streets, which was, I tell you, loosely interpreted at times. Couldn't borrow a gold piece from your friend at the bar to pay for a drink when it was legal without someone saying you were a bum or reporting you to the paladins.
And the paladins. What do you know about them? They were the ones actually on the street.
I know that to become a paladin, you must go through rigorous training, and there's a sort of selection process where they are essentially knighted within the cathedral. It's a private ceremony, and I don't know much about it, unfortunately. I know that you start as a sort of a page and or squire, and then there are several ranks that you go through. Paladin being the topmost among them, equivalent to sort of like an archbishop, as it were. But they also function as the city guard, and I could tell there were some guards that, they clearly took issue with having to enforce the things that they were having to enforce, others that reveled in it. But if you ask me, just allowing yourself to be a part of a system that would do things like that makes you bad in my eyes.
Right. I mean, just looking around you, you should be able to make the change yourself, right?
Of course.
Hired to do so. Thank you for your information. Sorry.
That's all right.
It be a bit of merriment.
I was just sort of trying to see if there was anything, within the types of laws being passed that indicated
Yeah,
why.
is there any kind of connection between them that I could tie to one of these,
I mean,
let's say, favors we've been asked of by a fae before?
Make an insight check.
just making a guess, it seems like some sort of facade of purity that this Pontifex is after.
Begging, though.
Well, it doesn't look very good on your city if your people are begging for food and money.
Do they seem like the kind of city that has concerns with how they're portrayed outwardly?
I would think if you're trying to portray absolute control and power, you would be concerned with how you look
I guess.
outwardly.
But who would be seeing anything, I think, is my question.
Well, as long as, up until recently, I believe, as long as you didn't appear to be a beggar, we were allowed into the city as travelers. We would have seen.
I was told at Barless Bones that the city is closed up.
Oh. How are we gonna get in?
I'm going to use the rings, and that people are dying. I got a 26 on insight.
26 insight.
8 plus 18, baby.
You get the sense,
baby?
based off of the things that you saw and overheard, you don't know the specifics of the High Pontifex Thalia Yildren's situation, but you could infer that perhaps she or someone with power over her made a deal of some sort. Maybe not even necessarily with a fae, but could have been with a demon or a devil or any type of extraplanar being.
Based on like the erratic nature and sudden.
And you get the sense, based off of, because I think you heard her talking to herself in her bed. Based off of what she said there, you get the sense that this is a person who is literally, essentially the Pope of the Church of the Fairfather. Right. They believe in fairness and justice, and for something like that to happen to a person who was once beautiful and they've now become this horrendous creature, that probably doesn't feel very fair. And you get the sense that she is unraveling, that she is abusing her power because she doesn't understand why something this unfair would happen to someone like her. Would you like another shot of bacon vodka?
Yes, actually, yes.
This one's on me. And he stands up and goes up to the
See
counter.
if they have any...
Bacon salt rim?
Yes.
On it.
Yeah. Oh, rhymes!
I'm just like slurping soup.
How's the soup? Is there any bacon in it?
Good.
There is.
There's
I mean, there would be. Right? Like just a bit of Yes. This place is odd.
It is decadent, for sure.
How far away is Brim?
He's out of earshot.
Brimley?
Brimley.
Brimley. I didn't know if it was an N or an M.
Brimley Felderlawn.
I don't, just from everything we've gathered, it feels kind of like scrambling, right? Like a deal was made and she's kind of grasping at straws.
Right.
I wonder what the deal is. How do we find out what the deal is?
What's
We could just ask her, like,
What's the
what's
deal?
your deal?
What?
What is your deal?
You okay?
Hey,
Try not to make a thing out of it.
no, I know we've ordered like one of everything, but we all gotta take smaller bits of it. It's quite a bit of food. And it's all bacon rich, which is the worst and the
Just
best
do
at the
like a
same
little
time.
bit of cake.
I don't
from
wanna-
across the table.
I know.
Cake, not
Yeah.
bacon cake.
Also rich.
I know I always
No
sound like
bacon
I'm
in the cake.
complaining, but this is more like concern and excitement at the same time, you know? Like bacon's incredible, you know, if you're into the thing, but it's also very painful and I just want to eat it.
Right,
all the
are you
time.
saying that because your fingers they swell up when you've had a long day after you eat salty food? Because you're old is what I'm getting at here.
Yes. But also, of the two of us, I could run 6 straight miles at the same time.
I can
so.
fly. I can literally fly.
Flying is boring. It's stupid even. Oh, look, I'm not touching the ground or using my amazing muscles. Then I take a bite of the cake. The bacon cake.
Soup.
4
My hands don't
shots
swell up
of
anymore.
bacon vodka with bacon rims, and they even tossed in a bit of bacon rind.
This place is horrible.
Do be careful, it's a little chunky. Cheers.
Cheers.
He licks the bacon fully off of the rim and downs it, and almost chokes on the bacon bits.
I'm not ready for.
Drink the gristle.
No. I won't.
Well, that's a lot more alcohol than I'm used to having in a day.
I could use some water. Why do we always go to places that are so dry? Just sodium.
This one is actually.
How do I
just
know what that
really
is?
Savory. But the bacon it looks pretty wet, if I'm being honest.
Well, I should get going. I've got to meet my children at the schoolhouse and walk them home.
Feel free to take any of this leftover. I'm getting full.
Thank you. Yeah, they've got like little paper bags that you can.
Paper. Okay, I thought you were gonna say like
Good
pig's
bacon
bladder.
bag.
Pigskin bags, yeah. He puts it in a hog's head.
Shovels it into its
Yep,
mouth.
cannon. It's sealed up on the
Feeds a
backside.
pig bacon. Bye guys.
I don't know why they didn't go with a pig-themed name.
Jesus.
Thank you. The head slung over his shoulder. Thank you for all the kindness that you have shown me this day. Don't worry, it's not leaking. It might be leaking a little bit.
I couldn't tell in this place, honestly.
I hope to meet you again, Mist Walkers, and I hope you safe travels if you do truly plan to head back to Chillrun and to save those that are left there.
Thank you.
And he like gives a deep bow and then turns around and just like this eyes sewn shut hog's head
It is leaking.
staring at you, and yeah, just little drips out of the mouth as he walks away.
Hold it like horizontally.
Out the door.
No, there's not.
There's so many people in here with those bags.
The novelty is nice, I suppose, but I would never wear it.
All this talk about, misusing your force and paladins and pigs. I don't know. I think I'm getting full. Should we stick around for intel or should we head off?
I'm not sure what else we could gather. Unfortunately, my main question is how we can get in if the gates are closed, and obviously, since we had to cart them out from the sewers, I don't think anyone that was under there knows of how to.
Yeah, they would have left if they had known.
Yes.
You do a bit of scouting. See if there has to be an outlet for those, unless there isn't.
So
I'd say I think you guys actually learned when you were in the sewers
did,
that,
yeah, that's what I was
that there
checking
is not an
earlier.
outlet that goes outside of the city.
there's not.
No.
Oh no, I thought there was. I thought we learned that there was.
They just keep all of their poop.
You can't keep the poop. You gotta
Poop.
funnel out the poop.
Poop.
Don't, I'll cough.
Oh no.
I mean, so I can fly, you know.
Well, we could use these potions maybe and try to if we can get through the mountain pass without using them, then maybe we could just climb the walls and.
I don't know if I need the potions. If I'm not mistaken, I think I could just run up the walls.
I probably do need them.
I was gonna fly. That was kind of my go-to plan. But if we know that people are dying outside of the walls.
I think inside the walls. We knew people were dying outside the walls. We saw that.
Right. Well.
Right, is there anything
I just hate that we took the amount of time that we did going to Waterdeep, not gathering forces.
Right.
Is there anything that we could do for the people that are like freezing? We don't have
I
any
think
more
we need
coats.
we need to cut off the head.
Pete has a home that he carries around on a necklace.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wouldn't expect anything less of
And
Pete.
he's currently traveling around the world looking for magical items. And Chillrun is currently in the act of confiscating magical items. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So perhaps we could negotiate something with Pete, where if he helps us house some of these people who are currently outside the walls and freezing, while we work everything out in there, he can have first dibs on whatever it is that we find in the confiscate pile when it's all said and done, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Or if he's already too far or something.
I mean, he is also.
We just left.
He also has this kind of like, fuck you attitude about things, but there's no harm
He
in
did
asking.
let us stay the night, though.
Yeah.
Right, but everybody
Depending
wins.
on how busy, but I mean, maybe we'll find something like that inside
Do you
Chillrun.
remember anything?
Or maybe at Ballers, they had like oddities
I
or
wouldn't take it in
whatnot.
there. I mean, there's too many purple things in there.
No, at Ballers, maybe they have something similar to what he's got. We didn't really look around for stuff.
It seemed more like components from my
Yeah.
looking. It's like gems and guano and
The
yeah,
thing
salt,
that
like
Pete
salts.
has, that's sort of like the same thing that what's his name that we found dead in Mistinor. He had like a whole magic shop. That's sort of the same type of magic he used because we couldn't get in.
That was a mere Flosham. Yes.
Oh,
Right.
Flosham's
Right.
Finds? Flosham's Finds.
His
Yes.
seemed
Who was I
more
asking?
like a temporary space. Or maybe it's just
I mean, reach out to him, right? I mean, you can
Right?
do those things.
Does
Does anyone need a drink or anything?
Yes.
Okay. I'll go up to the bar and grab a 3.
I'll hit up
Yeah, go ahead and mark off a gold.
Pete.
All right, you hit up Pete.
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 Pete,
Oh,
Mistwalker's here. If we knew of powerful magical items in Chillrun, would you be willing to help us with something?
You asking me to go on an adventure?
Sorta. We need help housing some people outside the walls.
Is it dangerous?
Probably.
Fuck yeah, I'm in. You've got 2 words left.
Bring bacon.
How do I get this across?
What?
Go Sunticor.
Go.
Spell fades.
Oh, surgical!
And then we all turn into like big like robot beasts.
Fuck yeah. Teens in space. Stay tuned.
He was in
It's just Power
immediately.
Rangers.
Immediately he was sold. There was no real.
Oh.
I
Yeah,
thought
man,
it was going to be a
it's-
harder sell.
Yeah, it's a coin toss really with him.
He was in based entirely on the fact that it was going to be dangerous.
Oh,
Okay.
That seemed to be what got him interested in the whole project. I told him to meet us in Centaur.
Alma, you hear a voice in your head. I long for a glorious death.
you
Well,
can't. You
we
would.
all want that. I say that out loud.
Oh,
Don't we?
she's doing the thing again.
Can you meet us in Centaur? At Nogu's Inn.
Fuck yeah.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Love you.
Okay.
Oh, no.
We only had 28 words, my dude. But then the spell fades.
Yeah, you end it with a love you. That's how it ends. He's gonna meet us in Centaur at Nogu's Inn.
Right.
Okay.
I guess let's get there then. Tomorrow, early.
Well, we'll have to. It's the first village outside of the mountain range.
Which means we have to pass through a mountain range.
Should we
Right.
stay here or should we set out and camp somewhere?
It's still
I don't
early,
know
right?
if I can sleep in a place that
It's
smells
about
like this.
lunchtime.
Yeah, it's after Ball's Bones and getting to town, it's
And drinking.
midday,
Okay.
like 5 bells p.m.
I'm still dressed for warmth, right? Like I bought some things or got some things from.
Yeah, you guys are in winter clothing for sure.
We could maybe stop and grab like a heavy duty tent.
Duty.
Yeah, we could find some lodging of some sorts.
Uh,
As portable as Pete's would be nice.
that would be nice, but we don't know if there will be caves or anywhere to get real shelter. So maybe getting a tent more suited for snow and mountains could be good.
Sure. Excuse me. Just the nearest person that looks like they live here. If I could.
Oi!
Is there any magic shops around these parts that is standing?
I think next door.
Well, you got Ball's Bones there. I don't know that they sell magic items so much as stuff for making magic happen, but you might be able to find some stuff at Ginny's Shield, local blacksmith. She might have something. I don't know if they got much in the way of magic, but the Commoners Guild down the road, it's like kind of like a general store. They might have something. Oh shit! Yes. Sorry, totally skipped my mind. Raymond's Handy Sundries.
Raymond's Handy Sundries. Right.
Say it.
Handy Sundries.
Oh, Raymond Kindle's the owner there.
Raymond.
Yeah, he's an enchanter. He should have some stuff.
Awesome. Thank you. You need a shot or anything?
Say no to bacon rim.
Yeah, just
I don't.
motion this way and I'll throw some gold at him.
I don't think
He does so.
Handy sundries.
For anyone curious, that was a panther-like tabaxi.
Rad.
a baby pants.
Kind of.
Baby pants.
Except he was a man.
You always
And
go,
he does
you
have
always go
pants.
Australian for your.
He does have pants. I
your-
hope
for your
because
pups
he's a
and cats.
gross.
I don't know why.
I like it.
Me too.
He walks by
Stop
and
it.
puts ass in your face.
The room.
This is why we put Sam at a table by herself.
She's like 40 feet away from us.
I'm just kidding.
It's
I love
crazy.
you.
Look.
Baby popped in my mouth, and now this is the way I exist, and there's nothing I can do about it. You can take it up with his parents and him. You can sit him down. Be like,
Talk to
"Don't
all of
pop
them
my wife's mouth."
Tomorrow. So what's the plan from here?
I guess we can go by there, then find some lodging for this evening, and then head out early.
Sure.
This seems like a place where there would be lodging, right?
Yeah, they have rooms at the Giant's Tail.
What?
Does it feel thick in here? You know what I mean?
It's a little stuffy, yeah.
The air is thick.
You can
Fried
you can
pig.
hear the sizzling coming from the cooking area in the back,
Right.
the kitchen.
It's not that I don't think I could sleep in a place that smelled like this. I just don't think I could fall asleep in a place that
Right, no.
continuously smelled like
It's
rendered
mostly like
bacon
I
fat.
just kind of got like my skin under control, and I feel like if we sleep here, I'm gonna have a breakout in the morning.
your skin
which
is-
isn't important. I know.
I just mean this might be the place,
The only place, right?
but we can look around when we,
We
go.
can open a window, I guess.
That's
The
true.
windows are probably made with bacon fat or something.
Maybe.
To sundries.
Let's
Yeah?
get a greasy granny to open up.
I think
for
I've
us.
closed out.
To avoid this fully turning into a shopping episode.
Right, yes, sorry.
You enter Raven's
We've
handy.
done a lot of things today.
Survey says.
Survey says they'd like us to stop shopping.
You enter Raymond Kendall's shop, Raymond's Handy Sundries. You see a human man behind the bar. It's in this kind of like artisan district. The street outside is shaded by large trees, and a couple of nobles are having a duel for honor. One of them gets first blood and wins.
They're nobles?
Seem to be, yeah.
So their town looks like this. And the townspeople are running around fixing everything and look like they haven't slept in days.
And the nobles are
And
like,
the nobles
"For
are
honor!"
sitting here.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You're supposed to be writing a fantasy game.
They're just out in front
They're like in the street.
where the gods and everybody can look and see.
Yeah, duels are illegal. They're
No, I
allowed.
understand. It's not about the illegality, it's about the frivolity
Yeah.
of it all.
By the way, they're standing outside of a timber-framed row house that has a reinforced wooden door and a big brick chimney. And yeah,
By the way,
He's just force feeding us descriptions now. I walk in and I say hello to Raymond.
well, hello there. What can I do for you?
We are looking for
winter tents.
winter tents.
Winter tents.
Winter tents. We just had some bacon, cake, and cake, and we're looking for winter tents.
Bacon, cake, and vodka. Now we need winter tents.
All right.
Winter tents and tents.
Are you looking for like a magic winter tent?
A
you
really
have one?
intense
I
winter
don't.
tent and tent.
Oh.
But if you're looking for just a
Well, then
tent,
what did you offer?
well, I was just asking.
Oh.
I could commission one for you if you'd like, but it'll be a couple tendy.
Couple tender.
10 days.
But if you're just
Looking
looking,
for winter tents?
well, if you're just looking
That's
for a
intense.
regular ass winter tent that'll protect you from the elements and isn't magical in any way, then yeah, you can go down to the Commoners Guild, the general store, and buy a fucking tent, eh?
A winter tent to protect us from the element.
He's pretty intense. We will be going there.
Right.
Sorry about that.
Do you have any other cool stuff that's just already made?
I actually do, yes. I have this incredibly versatile and useful bag of dust that makes you sneeze and choke if you throw it in someone's face. I've also got this cap that lets you breathe underwater.
A cat?
Cap,
Oh.
like a hat. You put it on your
The
head.
cat just allows you to breathe underwater.
I'm the cat in charge of who gets to breathe underwater and who doesn't.
Yeah,
Dang,
fine.
permission slip. You get to breathe underwater. Meow.
Are you gonna buy something or are you going to the fucking general store?
No, I'm sorry. We're going to the general store.
Yeah, we're going to the general store.
Right, have a nice day.
You have lovely things. We're just out of time.
as
So he
well.
like pops some goggles down and like continues etching runes into this like little strange like wand.
All intents and purposes, that guy was intense about his winter tents.
What's with the rich kids fighting outside?
I think it's great. I wish they both lost.
You see one of them, like, one of them has gone about their day, and the other one is laying in the street holding his stomach, kind of like huddled up in like a fetal position on the side, and he's just like, ugh,
Is he dying?
make a medicine check. Actually, make an insight check. Medicine would be if you were to like go over and begin giving him attention.
It's rough.
12? Possibly.
Okay, hang on.
Just one.
You're not going to.
I go walk over to him. I like smack him on the shoulder and cast a cure wounds.
Ow! Oh.
10 points of healing.
He opens up and you see like there's a good amount of blood on the front of his shirt, and he like pulls open what was once closed fabric of like a black and gold tunic and places his hand through. It's completely healed.
I'm gonna grab him up.
Thank you for helping me. What's your name? Heavens. I've never seen.
Silas has his hand on his sword. No. Cholula.
He already lost.
Cholula.
He lost to a regular guy.
I was.
You're a noble representative of this town, correct?
Yes.
And instead of helping your people repair the town that was just destroyed under your guidance, you're having fights in the street to see whose dick is bigger?
Well,
Chillrun behind Amma goes.
Well, that is quite a lot of accusations, miss. No. Actually, my father is leading the reconstruction of the city wall. Construction, I should say. There was not one before. And that man. Oh, that bastard man. He scuffed my boot as I was
I
sitting.
slap him again.
I'm going to kill this one.
Stop hitting me! The first time it felt nice.
No, do you know what you're gonna do now? Now that I have healed you and saved you from dying on the streets from a stupid, pointless fight, you're gonna go and you're gonna find your father who is doing work for this city that you, I'm assuming, are intended to inherit, and you're gonna find out how you can help. Do you understand?
Or else.
Make an intimidation check with advantage.
23. I have plus 10.
You see as he straightens up a little bit. Perhaps I was wrong. It was just the way the light was catching you that made you look nice. Father!
Really glow.
And he doesn't jog, but quickly walks away.
That's my fucking daughter.
High five, my friend and dad. Yeah. Okay, now we can go to the general store.
Yeah, let's go to the fucking general store.
All that blood. There was
That was a lot of blood.
He was gonna die.
Yeah, he was gonna.
Slowly.
Probably deserved it.
You step into the Commoners Guild, and behind the counter, in a kind of rough-spun tunic, you see another tabaxi, or maybe canid. It's hard to tell. Very large, pointed ears. For sake of ease, a very like fennec fox appearance.
Oh, baby face.
Hey, don't be too interesting. We're just trying to buy something.
I mean, no promises, but what can I do for you?
Oh god, he's already doing it.
We're looking for winter tents.
Winter tents. And the last guy was rather intense about it.
That's she.
We just need some protection from the elements.
Right, I've got some winter tents.
Great.
It'll be 10 gold per piece.
10?
Yes, they're reinforced.
Do they fit?
Take you from the elements.
Everyone?
Great for mountaineering.
10
I assume it's
for
for a
each
trek.
tent?
Right. I assume you're taking the trek into the Galen Mountains.
Yes.
Right, well, you'll be better off paying 10 gold for these tents than, sleeping on the cliff's edge.
How many people can fit in a tent?
We've got a 2-person and a 4-person. The 4-person is 15 gold.
Well, we might as well just get a 4-person
One big
so we're
tent.
sharing
Yeah.
warmth.
Perfect. That'll be 15 gold pieces.
I'll get it.
Anything else I can interest you in? We've got a special on locks, barrels, and hempen rope at the moment.
Oh, we could always use more rope.
We could always use more rope.
Yeah.
We find ways to use rope.
Excellent. We've got 50 feet for a gold piece. How many feet are you looking for?
What? Everybody gets some new rope on me.
Excellent. Have you got some?
150 feet of...
Have you got climbing gear for your trek into the mountains?
I am the climbing
yeah,
gear, but we could
sort of.
probably use some.
We have...
Right, but you've got pythons and carabiners and things of that nature.
Just patents, I'm afraid.
We could use some of those things.
We'll call it 5 silver.
Right.
I'll throw in a whole mess of connections and extra rope, cord.
So
things
3
like that.
gold, 5 silver for the ropes and climbing gear.
Okay, 15 gold for the tent.
Well, it was a pleasure doing business with you. I'm Left Paw Darkstone. If you need anything else, just
what?
holler at me. Left Paw Darkstone.
Oh, I thought you said Polar Poundstone.
I'm Polar Poundstone, and I'll take you to fucking Pound Town with my fists, not in a sexy way.
Don't be interesting.
It's Left Paw Darkstone.
Left paw ducks. Thank you. You've been extremely helpful. We were just going to go.
Right. I'm glad you stopped in.
So am I.
Where's
of a
a good
sudden-
place to get a room for the evening?
Yeah.
Well, can't go wrong with a giant's tail. Have you been there already? don't worry, the rooms are separate from the kitchen and dining area.
Fantastic, yes.
The smell doesn't even bleed through, I promise.
Fantastic. No, we love to hear that.
Yes.
Perfect.
Right.
Have a great day.
You as well. Enjoy your stay. And you you exit.
Stay. Should that have been past tense?
You exit the Commoners Guild and make your way back over, I should say, to the Giant's Tail. It's 2 gold per room, 2 beds in each room. So if somebody wants to mark off 2 to 4 gold, you can do that.
I got it.
Oh, okay.
You guys got the
I'll
idea.
do one more shot.
Absolutely, that'll be another gold piece. And eventually you find your rest within the Giant's Tail. And as you do and prepare for the long journey coming the next morning, we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break. Sorry, we went a little bit past our usual break time on that, but we have a giveaway to tell you how to enter.
I did
to
it that time. Sorry.
Enter for your chance to win this lovely set of pre-painted mystery miniatures from our lovely sponsor, More Fun Comics and Games, our local comic book shop here in North Texas. And
The power hand.
to enter for a chance to win this lovely set of mystery minis, go ahead and type the word folly in the chat. That's Folly, folly. I shouldn't say those words with accents. You've got to be a follower of us here on the channel to be eligible to win. So click that heart if you haven't already. It's free to do, costs you nothing, and means everything to us.
You can't currently live in Quebec, though, because of laws.
Also the case. Quebec has laws against giveaways and such things. Wanted to give some quick shout outs before we go to our break as well. From the Gilded Flask, rated with 11 viewers. Thank you so much.
Gilded Flask!
I'm sorry I didn't check out the name of the person when I heard we were getting rated. But thank you so much to the Gilded Flask. And if you're a viewer here, once our stream is over, go check out the Gilded Flask. Give them a follow. Say what's up. Tell them Arcanarama sent you during their next stream. Shout out to WeFirm, 2 mystery gifted subs. Congrats to Zeroski 22 and Arachnobites on your gifted subs. And a huge shout out to Nazarene Nerd.
Sounds about right.
I think that's right.
Nazarene
Yeah, feels
nerd.
good.
Let me know if that's wrong. Thank you so much for the follow. And we got rated again. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's
7
what I was
minutes
trying
ago.
to tell
What's
you,
up?
but you got upset with me instead.
Sorry, I wasn't upset with you. I was just looking.
I'm
You gave me
upset.
the eyebrows.
If someone holds up their hand to you, you gotta throw an eyebrow.
It's usually important.
Shout out to Harker Ryan for the raid. Thank you so much. Good to see you again. With
Thank you,
23
God, for
viewers.
clarifying for the new peeps.
Yeah.
Super rowdy.
Yeah, and for those of you who are here from that raid, if you're still here, give us a follow and participate in our giveaway. It costs you nothing. We cover the shipping and all of that biz. And stay tuned because when we come back from the break, we're going to announce the winner and tell you how to enter our second giveaway of the evening, a beautiful set of Fable Fired dice. They're handmade. I make them myself, from the molds to the pouring of the molds to the pouring of the dice to the sanding of the dice to the painting of the numbers. We do it all. And yeah, if you're on the fence, ask anyone in chat. Most of the people in chat have won things from us prior. So stay tuned to find out how to enter for that giveaway, and we'll announce the winner towards the end of the stream. We'll be back in 20 minutes. Don't go away.
Jump in that about section.
Do it.
Jump in it. I gotta pee. So.
Welcome back, travelers. Before we hop back into the game and see what waits in the mountains, we have a giveaway to announce. Go ahead and get your entries in. Type follow in the chat if you haven't already, and must be a follower of us here on the channel in order to be eligible to win. Just a follower, not a subscriber. It's free to do. I'm going to give you 10 seconds.
If you're just tuning in, it's for a giveaway.
7. The winner of the More Fun Mystery Mini Giveaway is Rostone 66. Congratulations. Oh no. Congratulations, Rowstone. We ship out all of our prizes at the end of the month, and that one will be coming at you soon. But before we hop back into the game, you guys heard about this? We have one more giveaway this evening. This beautiful set of Fablefire dice, the Sunset dice. They're lovely. I made them. You can have them. You just gotta type the word sunset in the chat.
Sunset. Sun's going down, big guy.
All right.
Hey, Cam.
What's up?
The word that you said and the word that you made
Are different.
Did I say mountain?
You said sunset.
Said
Oh,
sunset.
I'm so sorry. The word is mountain. I was reading the word sunset
Because it's the dice.
because it's the sunset dice.
But it's mountain.
Ignore me.
Mountain.
It's mountain.
Ignore me.
Sorry, everyone.
read the word.
Type both of them,
M-O-U-N-T-A-I-N.
That chat interaction.
Here's a reminder of how to spell mountain. It's in the chat. In the morning, you gather your things as we hop back in. And you set out from Galen's Folly into the Galen Mountain Range. The Galen Mountain Pass, I should say. More of a hiking trail than a road. You begin your 4-day journey through the mountains. And I need someone to roll a d20. Preferably whoever didn't roll earlier.
I didn't roll earlier because I had hooves. Oh,
You were a horse.
You were a horse.
a horse with pants.
I want to steal. 13.
13. Nice. Continuing through the treacherous paths and breathtaking views of the Galen Mountains, the sun paints the sky pink and violet as it approaches the horizon. You find a wider valley within the mountain pass to make camp for the night near a sundered dwarven ruin. Based on its size, you presume that it must have been some sort of fort or keep many years past. The now familiar signs of the Grimdalian invasion litter the landscape nearby. Broken down ballista and siege equipment, forgotten bodies of warforged foot soldiers, and long stretches of scars on the mountainside that still linger from Dragon's Breath. As you're setting up your new tent and preparing your camp, you notice a pair of figures about 500 feet away within an area more concentrated with bodies than the one that you're in. One of them appears to be looking over a scroll, as the other is flipping over one of the long-deceased Warforged. They don't seem to notice you at the moment.
We could just check it out, you know.
Yeah.
Should we leave the tent here and all?
I can start packing up the tent. I'm afraid to leave it and then somebody else comes along and
Yeah. That's fine.
the weather here is so
Yeah, the air is a
dry.
bit thinner this way. Yeah, we could do that. Their body language seems just like checking inventory.
Make an insight check.
Dirty 20.
It seems more inquisitive and maybe scholarly.
Well, yeah, shouldn't be an issue. I'm more or less curious as to what the.
I don't even necessarily mean them. I mean somebody who might come along behind us and scoop up the tent.
Look,
I'm already putting.
That's sound.
This is what it looks like when you put a tent
Yeah,
away.
you fold your tent up.
You
Yeah.
fold it.
Great object work, everyone. Yeah, making your way over, you see a tiefling man with short, pointed black horns that protrude from the crown of his skull, from within a mess of dark bluish hair. He has pallid green skin and is looking over a scroll with yellow eyes and black sclera. That's the white part of your eye. He wears a simple gray traveler's cloak over a black tunic and gray trousers. The other figure runs her hand along the chest plate of the warforged body. She's a half-elven woman with dark red hair pulled up into a tight but large bun. She has a small section of her right ear that's like missing, like a little chunk out of it. Full lips and grayish-green eyes. She wears a similar outfit of muted colors that look to be simplistic and more travel-oriented for comfort or like utility rather than fashion.
Turn to the left. Hello there.
Hello, the tiefling man speaks.
What you doing?
Fancy meeting travelers out here.
Yes, we're just passing through and a bit curious as to what you're doing.
Oh, well, we're out here from... we are historians, studying the weaponization of dragons and the defenses that successfully repelled them. I am Horace Hunt, and this is my comrade, Kendry Dale. She stands up.
What was
Oh, there.
that name?
Kendry Dale. Pleasure to meet you. What brings you lot out into the mountains?
We're just passing through to Sun to Call, I believe is the name. To Call?
Soon to Call.
Soon to
that's
Call.
what it is, yes.
Lovely spot. We actually passed through on our way round from Strandwick, as it were.
You must have found your way around Hillslip then. There's a lot more Warforged and scarring that way too.
Right, we're sort of making our way down there. Yes, I'm very interested in checking out the forgotten battlefields in the great grass sea, as it were.
Was there any interesting finds here, or just normal research, confirming things that you already knew?
Well, I'm fascinated by the attempts that were made. Apparently, the weaponization of these automatons and how their, as much as I would hate to call it use, seem to be sort of the tipping point in the war, a major faction in repelling the dragons. However, it seems like, from our studies at least, the most potent saviors of, Wynnefell, as it were, and parts of Mistnor seem to be bands of adventurers not too different from yourselves, I presume.
Maybe a number.
Right. I just... Something about being able to organize this many people against something that large, and the weapons that it must have taken to... And he's like starting to ramble, and Kendry's like, Horace, the mouth vomit, you're doing the thing again. He's like, right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, forgive me, did I already ask what brought you into the mountains? Headed to Suntukor. Mm-hmm. Right. There's some lovely shops in the area. I would definitely recommend, if you are into potions or things of that nature, checking out the Sage's Wing. Lovely alchemist Millicent Hornsby owns the place. Excellent work.
Have you two been traveling for very long now?
Been a couple of weeks now on the road.
Have you happened to pass by or through Chillrun?
No, not Chillrun. You see, he kind of rolls up his scroll and places it in his pouch.
We don't mean to keep you. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's all right. It's good to take a break now and again. Henry's always reminding me. He's really a bit of a workaholic, if I do say so. No, we have not been to Chillrun. Mm-hmm. They do not take too kindly to magic practitioners there.
Right.
Even historians as we are, being from within a school of magic, it's better to avoid places that put that much stock in the gods' interference on this plane.
I feel you there, trust me. That's actually our destination, in hopes of...
Oh, I'm sorry if I offended you.
No,
not
as,
at all.
as a way of rectifying that, I'll call it a mistake.
I see.
We're the Mistwalkers. I'm not sure if we did that. I'm Silas.
Alma, Tallulah.
It's lovely to meet you all. We are actually very far from home. Have you heard of Wildbloom College in Kalima?
Sure, she's Gonna go scout ahead for a place to put the tent.
I see.
Wheatbloom. Yeah, yes, we were there. We made good friends there. Well, good friends. We bothered the headmaster quite a bit.
Ah, the Dean, Valdwin.
Yes, yes.
He's always very busy. Hard to get him to bend an ear.
Have you been there? You haven't been there in a while, I'm guessing. There's been a bit of a
No,
change in...
we've been traveling the past couple of months. We were informed of the new Dean. And, of course, of Cassandra's... of her betrayal, is what he means to say.
That was a bit of our doing, if we can brag a bit. At least discovering the betrayal.
Oh,
I didn't do anything.
Yeah, she was dead.
sorry to hear that. Well, that's excellent. Wonderful work. It's good to find that that the corruption's being rooted out, as it were.
Yeah, well, down with tyranny.
Right, indeed. Well, we should probably get back to our studies.
No, yeah, of course.
Right,
Yeah, we're just
of
kind of
course.
buying time. Good luck on your findings.
Yes, and good luck in Chillrun. Do be safe. Should we leave your campsite be? We can move on. There are more battlefields and
Oh, no.
mountain ranges.
Do your thing. It's comforting knowing that there's other eyes out here, if anything.
Right, of course. If we come across any large dangers, we shall send up a magical flare.
Please do.
If you see the color blue,
And
run the other way.
the same, I propose, maybe? I'm not a caster, really.
I could.
I'm fairly certain
I could-
Cholula could
I
do
could
this.
light up one of Cholula's arrows.
Perfect. We will keep our eyes out.
And as will we.
Right. Good luck in your travels. And they both nod and begin to walk away. Silas, make a quick insight check.
Okay. That's super cocked.
Super cocked.
Nice.
Nice cock.
Nice.
Dice cock.
Nice cock.
18.
18, not bad at all.
Sight, love.
As they're walking away, something just feels a little bit off about not their story or like what they said they were out here doing.
His enthusiasm.
Yeah, and whenever Kendry cut him off, it felt less to you like you're rambling again and more like you're saying too much again. But nevertheless, they take their leave and begin heading south in the direction of Galen's Folly.
It's a bit odd, right? So enamored with a weapon of certain power, right?
Are you concerned about it?
No, it was just an odd thing. It seemed like a kindness. Oh, you're talking a bit too much, but he seemed a bit perturbed when he was.
How far away have they gotten from us?
A couple hundred feet now.
Oh, yeah. There's nothing I can do about that.
They kind of like round a bend along the path and go out of sight.
A weapon. I feel like it was my entire life before, and then it feels like it just keeps coming up. It's something like it. All the time. I don't know if I'm, if you've been obsessed with something for so long, you start to kind of put it in places that it isn't, and I feel like I'm, suspicious of everything.
Did the ball with teeth tell you that we were like the last hope for humanity, maybe?
Yeah.
That's like a lot, right? Right? Do we agree that's a lot? Hey, look, do we agree that's a lot?
It's a bit. I don't put too much into those things.
But
We have the ability to change our fate at every moment.
If you had the chance. to change your fate.
Sorry, continue.
No, that's good. I need those. It was concerning, yes, but it was more confirming what we're doing, right? Like, I asked about Chillrun and got other things. I've been meaning to actually ask you to send me that if you could.
Send you what?
The Paula's bones.
What the tooth ball
Oh, yeah, for
told
sure.
us.
I can do that.
Because I wanted to be able to. Well, I had something about ink that I need to seek out ink.
Ink of any kind?
It's cryptic almost on purpose.
Or maybe you're supposed to get like a really interesting tattoo.
That could be it. We could come up with the answer right now.
Or could it be like ink like shadows?
I'm not sure. They had mentioned that I'd ridded myself of the shadow and that I have a new power from within and all these things, you know. They did the good opening and then kind of leave you with vagaries, you know. But it wasn't illuminating in the fact that that's my fate as much as I feel like we're doing the right thing. I feel like as a group we make decent decisions. Not momentary, maybe, but...
Right.
You know, liberating Altanen and Chillrun. It's all things that... I don't know. It feels bigger than us, and...
I have a feeling whatever's waiting for us in Chillrun right now is gonna be bad.
Yeah. But we have the good to balance it out, I think.
I hope so.
Yeah. Or we're just bad enough to cancel it out.
Right. Yeah, neutralize. Sometimes the best you can do isn't, improve, but just, harm reduction is also important.
I have a feeling it'll definitely come to blows. It's not often we can talk our way out of things, but it's the way it goes.
If there was some sort of fey deal involved, maybe there is something we can do.
Maybe.
Again, harm reduction. Maybe the person who has been tricked by the fairy or hag or whatever it might be in this case, maybe they can at least be reasoned with. And it's the smaller fry that we have to...
These deals are often on a timer, right? There's always... You don't just... whenever you can get around to it,
Right.
It's... And I'm wondering if we're too late.
To save the person who's made deals?
And effectively the people.
Cholula, make a perception check
Okay.
as you go to scout ahead.
22.
22. Also, I've added those things to our...
I saw the image go up, I just can't.
I've sent you stuff.
Thank you.
22.
Yeah.
The road ahead seems relatively clear, but you do see some disturbingly dark clouds on the horizon. Past, we'll say at this point you've had a full day of travel, and this is kind of like the sunset of your second day. So you're kind of reaching towards the peak. There is snow about, and you are still you're kind of cresting over the other side and looking down the mountain now. And you can see the long and winding trail that's probably going to take you a couple more days to get through. But the clouds that you see that seem troubling are distant, more towards the horizon.
Okay. Can I tell if there's... Genevieve mentioned that there were mines in the mountain. Can I see any, entrances or exits in case we need to, get inside somewhere?
I would say on a 22, you don't find any mines or caves, but you do find a hefty overhang that you think would be great for the night.
Okay. Tight.
And you can see there's a little bit of like blackening from past campfires on the top of it, so you can tell other people have stopped and used it as a resting point.
Okay. Are there clouds towards, like, where we're heading?
They are to the northeast from you, more in the direction of Chillrun than Suntukor.
Okay.
Suntukor is like straight north from the mountains, basically, and then Chillrun is a little bit northeast from there.
Okay. I'll head back and report.
Just.
That's my left.
Yeah.
I'm just glad I'm with you and Cholula. You find anything? That our friends had to continue moving on.
It's pretty windy and looks like it's going to be another couple of days, but I did see an overhang that looks like a good place to stop. There are some pretty intense looking clouds, but they're more in the distance towards Chillrun, so, you know, if we keep good time, then hopefully we'll be to a town before that gets to us.
Yeah, it's, I guess.
It might be moving slowly too. You know.
What time is it? How long?
The sun is about to set.
Whatever you think is best.
What happened here? What'd I miss?
They were just, I guess.
Are they still here?
No.
No,
they
they've left.
moved on.
Oh.
They were just studying old battlefields. They seemed,
They seem interested in some sort of weapon that may have been used.
or at least, what turned the tides, and something like we saw outside of Hillsip. It was just a bit odd. Then we got on to talking about Chillrun for a bit.
Oh. Do you think it has anything to do with the weapon that you've mentioned?
As I was telling Alma, I feel like I'm assuming everything is about that weapon now. I'm not sure if I should. Oh, excuse me. Do you know about the weapon I've been searching for my entire life, apparently?
That particular weapon that they are talking about seems like a pretty big deal.
No, for sure.
So it could be.
Nothing is more important to me than the people in Chillrun right now. If I can say that out loud.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, there could be plenty of things there that could be dangerous to the entire world, and not just Chillrun. So the sooner we get there, the faster we can figure out how we're gonna get in.
Maybe Pete can help with that as well.
Possibly.
Keep your eyes out for purple shit.
Okay.
Is there anything purple on this mountain?
Make an investigation check.
With my purple dice, I almost just threw it.
Investigation or survival, you can choose.
9.
9. You find a single purple lily. A mountain lily, which I assume is a thing that exists. It does now.
With
This
that
is
adjective?
fantasy, dog. What, you're gonna put your science
They
in my
exist in
fantasy?
Wynnefell. Canon.
I'm gonna stick it between the pages of a book because I've seen people do that with flowers, and I hope for the best.
Cool. Yeah, you do so. One of your poetry books gets a new flower. You set up your tents for the evening.
And that little
Yeah.
alcove thing you found?
All right. And yeah, you take your long rest, and in the morning begin the long descent down the other side of the mountain. Could I have whoever it is that has not rolled roll a d20
Tis me.
for the next
I believe.
2 days of your journey?
Tis
Tis.
purple.
Get your tears out.
Purple.
So tis.
Which I think we rolled already.
6?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
You guys just rolled like a.
I rolled a 6.
6, 13.
Didn't I?
Oh, did you?
Mhm.
Roll again.
I'll do.
Well, it's not like we're gonna get our cart stuck in a hole up in these mountains.
Hey, what's happening? 2?
Is that a 13?
I rolled a 6 and then a 6 and then a 2.
Oh no.
What?
You continue your travels, and eventually you come across a large stone wall across a ravine with an opening at the center where a gate used to be. This feels like another dwarven ruin. I would say, Silas, you clock that immediately based off of the mason work of the stone, how
You
it's
can
been.
see they carve at these. Just the dad explaining. It's how they do the archways, is really.
However, this one seems to have, like, there are portions of it that have collapsed, but there's more structure here than the initial one that you were setting up camp at. Do you guys want to, it's like midday, do you want to stop and check it out or continue moving?
You said there's some kind of gap?
So there's a ravine and there's a wall running across it, and there's an area that looks like it was once a gate but is now open. It's just like an archway. And there's a couple of like buildings nearby that are some half standing, some fully erect.
Silas, out of curiosity, is there ever anything that could help, I don't know, save a town from persecution of their own religion in Dwarven ruins? Is there ever anything useful in there?
Oh, likely. It's usually protected by incredible traps and locks and other extremely well-planned things, but yeah.
Should we take a look anyway?
Sure. I got so excited talking about it, I didn't realize I was persecuting myself into doing it. Yes, let's check it out, if not to admire more architecture. And then leave.
I thought you would be excited.
Yes.
There is a page in a notebook that I have that has like some notes about what Silas was talking about the whole time, and then just like a badly drawn picture of Silas, just like wide open mouth.
Hell yeah. Go ahead and make some investigation checks.
Be wary of your D&D Beyond. It went out again.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So try not to change pages.
This is a good website.
Don't mind the barking dog.
Bilious. Bilia.
Bilious,
Dog.
please.
If you're gonna bark, do it.
There it
Get it
is.
out of the
Yeah,
way.
very good,
Welcome,
very good.
welcome everyone. We got a dog.
9?
Investigation, you say?
Yes.
12.
Ooh,
19.
19.
17 plus 2.
Nice. Interestingly enough, the most interesting thing that you find in this ruin is not within the dwarven halls, which again, this is not an untreaded path. Other people have moved through this area. But oddly enough, roundside the back of one of the collapsed buildings, Silas, you find not the body of a dwarf, but what appear to be the skeletal remains of a very large humanoid, perhaps a Goliath, with the head crushed by a large fallen stone. All of the flesh and clothing has worn away, except for a leather belt around the pelvic bone.
Take it.
Hey, okay. I wasn't gonna ask permission, but I was.
I'm gonna keep eyes out for falling rocks when he pulls this belt
same.
up.
Yeah, keeping an eye out. Make a perception check.
That would be a
Actually, make a
wild
survival
way to kill, to like TPK.
Fucking rock slide.
Yeah.
Rock falls. Like, oh shit.
What are you
Just
gonna
Wile E.
do?
Coyote the party.
Didn't even see it coming.
12?
Yeah.
You swear you hear a pebble just down the side of the cliff.
I'm just gonna.
But Silas gets the belt and steps away. Nothing happens.
I investigate the belt.
Yeah. Make an Arcana check.
Oh my strong suit. 12.
12. Definitely appears to be enchanted in some way. And looking it over, the runes on it are arcane in nature, but the way that they are carved into the belt itself, which is this like kind of beautiful leatherwork with brass and copper that are like patinaed so that they match a little bit more. And the way that the runes are etched into them is definitely dwarven in nature.
But if it doesn't bother anyone, I'm just gonna hang on to it till I kind of wrap my head around it. I mean, it's dwarven.
You found it.
It's beautiful. It's rather intricate compared to the pieces around. Should we continue further, or?
Sure.
Yeah. Do you like put it on or do you stow it away?
I'm gonna like kind of just while we're walking, if nothing ahead seems threatening, just kind of like look at it a bunch and like keep investigating its workmanship.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say.
I
I'd
don't
say
have
you
to
don't.
sit still.
Yeah, I'd say you don't glean much as you're traveling because this is again still a mountain pass, and there's
Right.
areas where you have to kind of like use your climbing gear, which we don't need to roll for because you bought climbing gear. But yeah, there are like areas where the path just like suddenly drops off, and you've got to kind of like rend things together and drive them into the stone, and then kind of like rappel down. And yeah, the next 2 days are spent traveling down. That night, however, you can take some time with your belt, and you discover this to be a belt of dwarven kind. This is a belt that requires attunement. If you put it on and attune to it, your constitution score increases by 2 to a maximum of 20. You have advantage on persuasion checks when interacting with dwarves. And in addition, you have a 50% chance each day at dawn growing a full beard, or a visibly thicker beard if you already have one. If you aren't a dwarf, which you're not, you gain the following additional benefits while wearing the belt. You have advantage on saving throws against poison and have resistance to poison damage, which, being a monk, not super necessary.
I drink poison.
You have dark vision out to a range of 60 feet, and you can speak, read, and write Dwarvish, which I think most of those are things you can already do.
It's the Silas belt.
It's the Silas belt,
The
yeah.
belt of Silas kind.
Belt is me.
There's a 25% chance
Well,
that if you
now
get
there's a
frustrated,
belt
you'll
that
walk
I
away
can
ranting.
use. It'd be just
I hold
like
the belt, and then suddenly
It's the
I
beard
change
part
places
that
with the belt,
stresses
and
me
like, my form turns into a belt and falls to the ground, and the belt becomes me.
I'm guessing this is all kind of happening during our camp period,
Yeah,
right?
long rest.
Can I work on my enchantment?
Absolutely, you can.
Oh yeah, the thing.
Yeah, Cholula, if you have some downtime that you want to work on, you're more than welcome.
Should I do a thing, or is attunement a couple hours?
I'd say you can do a thing because you've had a couple other nights.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Should've
what does
asked.
a natural one do?
A natural 1 means that your DC goes up, but you do not mark any successes.
Does that other thing happen to me on a natural one?
It does. It
Oh,
does.
yeah.
Do you have that?
If there's a table,
There is.
I don't.
Okay. Give me just a moment.
I was 1 short. Are we doing?
I need to roll a 7 or higher.
Is this 1 roll
I
or 2
desperately
rolls?
need to roll 1.
Or higher.
1 roll.
If I roll a nat
Okay.
20 right now,
Then what
I'm
happens?
gonna do a backflip off this
Do
mountain.
it.
Done. Oh, okay.
Knew it.
I will have increased my dex score.
Which will help you with the backflip.
Shit on my ass!
On?
Yeah.
Right up on it. Roll a d6, Alma.
Okay.
I didn't get it. Too-
As you
too
are
short.
attempting to continue enchanting this bracelet that you have and casting spells into it. What did you roll?
A 3.
3.
3,
3.
1.
A baby.
For a moment,
She's got to rub against the microphone.
She loves to do it.
you find yourself suddenly elsewhere, like sound changes. It goes from the whistling of the wind through the mountain air to still quiet. You hear clanging and ringing of metal on stone, kind of grinding against itself. Give me just a second. There we are. And you like take a moment and are taken aback, and a voice calls out next to you. What is it? You look troubled.
Do I recognize this person?
It doesn't. Their voice doesn't sound familiar. Kind of like startles you for a moment. You turn and look, and where Silas was seated in the camp, you see a dwarven man with a shorter beard for a dwarf that's kind of like braided at the chin, very blonde, wide set nose. He's wearing a thick helm and holding a pickaxe, and you quickly notice what the sound was that you were hearing as he was hammering away. And looking down, you have a pickaxe in your hand, and your fingers are shorter than you remember, thick.
Is there any way I can get like a reflection out of this pickaxe?
Make a perception check. Beep, 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 beep.
6.
It's a busy tavern tonight, folks. 6. You go to look at your reflection, like lifting up the pickaxe, and the dwarf reaches out a hand and kind of like places it on your wrist, and you feel as someone touches, like grabs your wrist, and how does Alma react to that?
Is it in an unfriendly manner? Like, is it aggressive towards me?
It's not aggressive. It's more stressed or hurried. It's more like it's less of a like stop doing that, and more of like a hey.
Focus.
Yeah, and as they take you by the wrist and you look back to their face, they're like, "We've got to get this ore out of here. It's not going to be good for the rest of us." And as they say that, you suddenly, the like crashing back into your senses is the wind whistling around you. Silas is sitting there by the fire. Cholula is leatherworking. And you see that you've kind of like etched a little too far on the rune in your bracelet that you were working on. And you'll have to buff that out next time and get back to it. That night, you all find rest, and the next morning set out for the final leg of your journey out of the Galen mountain range. And as you finally leave the treacherous mountain pass behind you, you find solid footing and descend into pine-crested hills. After about another hour of travel, a village comes into view. Timber buildings with aesthetically bowed bottoms sit between fir trees. Stones hold down shingles atop the buildings, and you see a number of humans, goblins, orcs, and half-orcs going about their daily business. Snow continues to fall as you pass beneath a sign labeling the village Suntukur. What would you like to do?
Do I smell lavender of any sort? Has that pipe been through this way?
I want to see if I can find that inn. Nogu's inn.
Yeah, make a survival check, Cholula, and Silas, you can make a perception check.
10.
That's a dirty 20.
Nice. Silas, you don't smell any lavender or halfling weed mingling together, but you also remember you're not sure what Pete's traveling capabilities are, if he has any like sort of teleportation or anything of that nature. However, he was headed west before he got Alma's message, so he would theoretically, if he came the same way as you, be behind you. Cholula, you instantly suss out a lovely tavern, Nogu's Inn. You make your way to a well-lit avenue with kind of like surrounded by guard towers, these wooden makeshift towers. Outside, there's a beggar on the street harassing passersby, and a low kind of like stone half wall surrounds the building. A group of children are playing marbles within an alleyway nearby as well. The tavern itself is a thin brick tower with a brown shingled roof and pillared, curved roof like entryway. Stepping inside, you are instantly met by the smell of fresh cooked meats, and like a lot of a lot of scents and flavors that you can tell are being kind of stewed together. There's a suit of armor on the back wall and a large harp by the hearth in the corner.
One of everything?
That depends on how much there is.
Well, the specials today. I'm so glad you asked. Hello. Well, it's like very debonair little goblin man approaches your table. Specials today are bear soup with rice and a glass of brandy. That's 5 silver. Beetroot steamed buns with onion and a mug of perry for 5 silver pieces. And bison stew with a tankard of cider. House made. 5 silver pieces.
I want bison stew.
The lot, honestly. We like to sample things.
Perfect. Comes out to 1 gold, 5 silver.
I'll get it.
Is this guy gonna start crooning in the corner?
You see that harp over there? I sang that into existence. I told you you're doing the gotcha thing.
Oh
I fuck it.
no! They cut me.
Bury
What
my
was
money
it?
in a
1
hole.
gold, 5
Fuck it.
silver?
1 gold, 5 silver.
I'll give him 2 gold.
Oh, thank you very much for the tip. Let me go put that order in for you. Can I get you any drinks in the
Is he
meantime?
kneeling down? Is he
No.
like
He's a
squatting?
goblin.
No, he's a goblin. He's like standing kind of chest out.
Oh,
He's got
right,
like a
right.
little
So he's
pad of
already at
paper
like Chili's waiter height.
and a quill. Yeah.
Cool.
Can I get you guys any drinks or anything while you wait?
You guys have anything signature here? Anything that's your
Well, we've got our house cider.
warm would be nice. My face is so cold.
I mean, it's a cold cider, like a
Like a hard
like a hard cider.
Right.
It's a little dry,
But
actually.
like you don't have like tea.
We've got tea. We've got water. Should I bring a pitcher of both to the table?
A pitcher of tea. That
Like
sounds.
a
That's
hot
like a warm. I'll take a warm tea, please. My
It's
face.
iced. Is that all right?
Do you have a Coke?
Do you have a drink? A drink that's warm?
Coffee.
Yeah, we've got coffee.
Coffee sounds.
You guys want some coffee?
I want something warm to put in my face.
All right,
I'd
3
like some
coffees.
scotch, please, actually.
Excellent. From the peat woods. Good taste.
Good. I'm doing it.
I'll put that order in for you. He goes and
I've been to this restaurant.
I've driven past this restaurant.
you see you see that there are 2 other patrons in here currently. There's a female half-orc and a male orc that are sitting together at a table and conversing and munching on some stew.
What?
No sign of Pete.
No sign of Pete. However,
Figured he would just, pull out a bean and eat it, and he would be here or something. I don't know what he does.
A bean?
I was trying to be purposefully ridiculous.
Right. Because obviously what he would do would be to pull out like a little tiny snail, but it becomes a big snail that goes very fast and you can live in it. That's,
A magic bean seems like a plausible idea.
Not hers.
Not
I'm glad I guessed correctly. Turning towards, not the entryway door, but there's another door that you see kind of seems to lead to a stairwell that goes up the tower where presumably the rooms would be within the inn. You see Genevieve standing tall. Her blonde hair kind of pulled back in a ponytail, but she's wearing traveling leathers and has like a big furred hood behind her as well.
Genevieve! I'm gonna go give her a hug.
She hugs you back. Cholula, it's lovely to see you again.
Come sit, we just got a bunch of stew and shit.
And just kind of like a timid cheek kiss and a hug.
Yeah. She gives you a full hug and kisses you on the cheek as well. I'm really sorry that it took me so long. It was such a mess. Getting the Bramble Silver mines sorted out in Strandwick, and there was this whole strenuous legal battle, which that I had anticipated, but what I didn't anticipate was that they'd been taken over by the Stiffhammer family, which I guess are some dwarven crime family or something other, who were using the mines to fill their own coffers with silver and apparently manufacturing batch in them, which I'm told is a very highly addictive drug that's very dangerous.
Classic.
I think we've had this conversation before, and yes, you guys have all heard of batch. It's
We grew up in Waterdeep.
if you're a person and you've heard the word heroin, then you've heard batch in this universe.
okay.
I had to fend off several would-be assassins during my stay, and eventually, I was victorious in the legal battles as well as the physical ones. I came as soon as I got your message. You said towards Chillrun. I had hoped that you would take the path through the Galen Mountain Range. Luckily, I was in Strandwick, so I just kind of skirted around the top of them and made my way here. Silas, she hands you a bag of holding.
Oh, thanks.
Sorry about the way that I left, and I shouldn't have stolen from you. That was wrong.
You didn't say goodbye to me.
That's what I'm most upset
Do
about.
you have some money for Jalula to make it up for her?
There's 10,000 in the bag. I'm sure you can share it with your friends.
Oh, I'm fine.
I
Take
was.
out a couple platinum and give her back 3,000. That's from the safe.
I was. Yeah, just hold on to it. I've got my own spending money.
Okay.
I'm really sorry for how I just kind of took things and ran, but I was in a strange position that maybe you can understand, where the more that I sat and thought, the more I was recalling what was happening to me, and sort of my time spent in the Temple of the Flayed Lord. It was coming back to me like a strange dream, and it's like I was trapped there again. And the only thing that I can really piece together and remember is that Alma came to visit me every single day, regardless of my mind deteriorating, and I just couldn't wait another day to repay the favor to Alma for saving my life. So I figured she deserved the same. And as Genevieve kind of lays this out on the table, that's where we're going to end tonight's session. Because it's already midnight here, y'all.
It is midnight.
We went long in the first half. But before we go, we have a giveaway to announce. Thank you guys.
Giveaway?
Yeah, thank you guys for sticking around. We have a lovely set of Fable-Fire dice that we're giving away this evening.
Who are we giving this away to?
Let's-
Followers
hey.
not living in Quebec?
Yeah,
Follow
exactly
us
that.
at address
If you
outside
have not
Quebec.
entered, I saw last time that my allotted time was not enough. So I'm gonna tell you guys one more time, get your entries in now. You've got to be a follower of us here on the Twitch channel to be eligible to win. And you've got to type the word mountain in the chat, MOUNTAIN. To be eligible to win, you cannot live in Quebec because Quebec has rules against winning giveaways and things like that. So we legally cannot ship to you.
But we got no rules here.
We have one rule.
So you have to
We
be a
have-
follower.
We have some rules. So go ahead and type the word mountain in the chat. We'll go back over our announcements very quickly for those of you who may not have been here as I tap my mic yet again.
Tap it.
Ooh.
We have lovely sponsors. More Fun Comics and Games is our local comic book shop. Even if you don't live here in North Texas and can't go visit More Fun Comics and Games, you can go to their website, which I don't know the URL for, but I can find out.
Morefuncomicsandgames.com.
Hey, there it is.
And I think there's a /game center that he wants us to send people to. But
Oh, nice. If you are in town, yeah, check out the Game Center. There's
rent tables to play, and there's like tournaments for MTG
Magic and
and
stuff,
stuff.
yeah. Yeah, and I think they sell comic books online. So if you are an avid comic reader or are looking to get into the hobby, start there. We've got our Patreon coming soon, very, very soon. We are ironing out. In the meantime, we have a donate button here in our About section. So if you really like what you see and you really want to help us out with those shipping costs, then feel free to donate to your heart's content, but it is by no means required. Once our Patreon releases, you'll have rewards for these donations. Should I go ahead and tell them about what the tiers are?
Yeah, what does it hurt? It launches.
What's it
We're
gonna
launching
do?
next week.
Yeah,
Buying them time to enter a giveaway.
I'm going to pull up my notes so I don't say anything wrong.
It was complicated to get where we are.
All right. So our first tier is going to be the $3 tier, which is $3 a month. It gets you your name printed in our mid-roll and on our website as a thank you for supporting us, and also a thank you for supporting us, because that's super rad. That's our lowest tier. Our two middle tiers is the $5 tier. You get not only your name in the mid-roll and on the website, but we will read your name at the end of the stream. You'll have early access to the YouTube releases if you're not a subscriber here on Twitch. You'll have access to the private session zeros that have never been released for this campaign, for some of our one-shots, and for any campaigns that we do in the future. You'll also have access to exclusive artwork and merch designs before they are shown or announced. Some of them will be Patreon exclusive artwork that you'll only see if you're there. The $10 tier gets you all of that, and the Guardians of the Phoenix podcast, a fully level 1 to level 17 campaign that we have already played through and recorded and are just now editing.
It was my first game.
It was the first time Kitty had ever played D&D. And we played it in the kitchen. Well, sometimes in the kitchen of y'all's house, sometimes in the kitchen of our apartment at the time.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
We
yeah.
went back and forth for a bit. That was fun.
Yeah. It was how we stayed sane during the pandemic when we couldn't see anyone else. And it's so fun. It's much like this campaign. We started with Waterdeep Dragon Heist. We did it by the book that time. I didn't make any crazy edits like I did for Arcanarama. It's very, very fun, and I'm very excited.
It's
for
what
you guys.
inspired us to do this. We had talked about returning to Twitch, but that after we did that, I don't know why we decided to record it at all, but we did, and I'm glad we did. But I think we went on a trip and we're like, we have to come up with a name and do a show again.
Yeah.
So like that show like spurred.
That can be. We can include that with our exclusive artwork and merch designs. The original list of names that we were
Oh,
going to call
yeah.
the show.
Oh my god.
There's some very good
oh my
names.
God.
It's a mess.
We did it with 1,000 names for other Twitch channels.
Yeah, the $10 tier gets you access to all of that, the Guardians of the Phoenix podcast, plus access to vote in polls on what the exclusive artwork and some of the merch designs will be, which is super rad. And then, just for fun, there's an extra $50 tier that doesn't get you anything extra, but you get everything else listed above, and that's just like, you don't have to do that.
If you do 6 months of that, you can tell me what character I play in campaign 3.
But only because campaign 2 is already decided.
Yeah.
Sir Husband DM.
Yes,
People are
lady wife.
upset that there are no dice in the dice shop.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm working on it.
Sold out, baby.
Hey, this just in.
Yeah.
Just actually, a lot of people. I was talking with somebody about this recently who ordered a commission from me. I do take commissions. If you're in our Discord, feel free to send me a private message. And I actually have some in the pressure pot right now that I need to get out and do some things to, and then put them in a shell and so on and so forth. But if you have any interest in a commission, you can contact me and let me know what it is that you're after, and I can make you some dice to order. In the meantime, sanding dice takes a really long time and it hurts my back. So I can only do like 4 sets at a time, and even that takes about 3.5 hours, and then my arm doesn't work anymore. So I'm slowly but surely, between the giveaways here and sanding extra stuff, building up some stuff to put in the shop, and I'm hoping to probably in the next couple of months start restocking the shop. It probably won't be like a deluge of things all at once, but if you watch the show here on Twitch, you'll be the first to know.
Or Discord.
Or Discord, yeah. If you order a commission on Discord, you'll be the first to get dice.
True.
We've got some updates coming to the website, as well as the mid-roll coming very soon, which may not sound exciting, but you should be excited because there's going to be a lot of cool stuff in it. That's where eventually anybody who subscribes to our Patreon will be listed, and a lot of other cool things that we've been working on in the background. And unheard music that I composed that hasn't been released yet. We're still gathering and implementing your answers to the survey. Type !survey in the chat if you haven't already to give us feedback on the show, what you like, what you don't like, what you think could be better, what you think needs to be better. And it's fully anonymous, and we prefer that it stay that way. We get like basically a stat sheet of different like pie graphs and things with all of your answers. And we look through that regularly and are implementing a lot of the things that you guys have said already. Speaking of, let me pop over here and check and see. We shouted out Nazarene Nerd and Harker Ryan. One more shout out this evening to Nixter_MK45 for the follow about an hour ago. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hell yeah. That, I think, is all of the announcements. So that should have been plenty of time to get your submissions in. The winner of the Fable Fire Sunset Dice is Justin Ankar. Congratulations, Justin Ankar. As we stated earlier, our giveaways go out at the end of every month. So we are quickly approaching the January shipping. So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I know that was a lot of information spewed at you all at once. But the most important thing that we want you all to remember is that, we'd be playing D&D either way. But the reason that this show is how it is and looks how it does is thanks to you and the fact that you continue to come back and watch every week. And that means so much to us that people actually care. Because it's a lot of work.
You could be on webcams, scrolling through the internet and playing. But we wanted to do this because we figured other people would want to watch it and hear it better.
Yeah.
And we like to play because we like to know you like to play.
Yeah.
So.
Plus also the chemistry of actually being physically in a room and at the table with you guys is we've played over Discord before and it's just not the same.
Yeah.
It's slower and there's so much crosstalk because of delays and things and just thank you guys so much for tuning in. I think that is probably gonna about do it for us tonight.
Cute.
So thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see where this goes next week, but until then.
Get the cat's paws.
Baby.
Gosh, juice.
Until then, stay safe out
out
there.
there, adventurers.
I lost it.
Oh no!
Bye guys, thank you so much.
How are they gonna know? How are they gonna know to stay safe?